God, shut up. Tell me I was muted with my whole introduction. Welcome to AnniGRC Live After Dark. Okay, you just got a whole 2 minutes of absolutely nothing. I gave you nothing. Should I start over so I can crop that part out? Okay. Welcome to my stream, besties. Sorry, I really thought I was doing my big one here with my intro with my brand new setup, and I was muted the entire time. Not even because I got a new mic. Okay. Anyway, oh, bestie, thank you so much for gifting subs, getting us started early today. All right, let's get set up so we can jump right into the chisme. As usual, in our special red space, I'm going to be pinning. Let me know you could see me in the red space, by the way. I'm going to be pinning. What is that? What is that? I keep hearing something. Oh, okay. Hold on. I did this. Sorry, guys. I need to update my stream settings. What am I hearing? What am I hearing click? What am I hearing click? Giving us a silent treatment on a Thursday. Sorry, y'all. Yeah. I need to update. This was a flop, y'all. Love meeting cheesemate. Okay. Is my sorry, guys.
At Zio$11 has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Loving muted cheese me.
Oh, so sorry. All right, let me just update my thumbnail because this launched on a different live than I was expecting. I'm so sorry. All right, it is what it is. It was a bumpy startup, but here we are. I'm going to go ahead and pin to each chat the link on our red space, the link to become a member, or if you want to hit the tip line. In my other two spaces, I'm going to drop the tip line to engage through TTS if you want to get us started. Hello, besties. Welcome. Oh, we have much to cover today. First things first, check out the new setup, okay? I have my 3 monitors going. I spent some time updating my lighting. We got a new mic. It's finally coming together. Because I have 3 screens, I feel like, is it weird if I'm not making eye contact with you guys the whole time I'm streaming and I'm going to be looking at like all my different screens at the same time? Anyway, coffee, anybody? Also, I do have Discord up on my 3rd screen. I'm going to go ahead and send an invite to those of you that may want to join our channel, which is a great place to get notifications to all of my streams, all of my posts, and some behind the scenes action discussions when we're outside of lives. The sound is crisp. So estoy estrenando un nuevo mic. It's the Shure MV7 that was recommended to me by Serge. I also saw Kale Lowry using these on her podcast. So I was like, okay, let me try it. It's going to sound even better because it's an XLR mic, but I don't have the XLR connection, the cord yet. So eventually it will sound better. Queen Venom, thank you so much. She just reminded us that to link your Amazon Prime account to Twitch, you can head to the Prime Gaming website on your Twitch settings, sign into your Amazon account, aka if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free to Twitch. Also, we updated my icon banner. What do you guys think? Alerts are ready to go as well. We're gonna have a good time tonight. All right, first, can I order some coffee now that we have our introductions out of the way? Good evening to all. ¿Cómo están? Sleepy hellos, thank you for following me on Kick. Are you trying to read all your comments? So my comments are over here, as you can see. You guys can actually see yourselves, which I think is cool. It's gonna be hard to keep up on all my comments, but I'm gonna do my best. All right, first things first. I am also considering I might do a real multi-stream and get on TikTok as well. But first, let me get my coffee. Antes que nada, let me get my coffee. Let me also plug in. There's one. Where is my other charger? All right, we're gonna need that. I'm hungry. I'm so done with am I just gonna stay muting myself? Am I just gonna stay muting myself with every fucking mic? How did that even happen? Did I touch it on accident? So we're just gonna have the same problem. Fucking cool. Okay, so somebody was asking me about the lights in the background. I just dropped my Amazon storefront to the chat. For those of you that want to check out all my setup, you can find most of the items already over there. And also including the lights. The lights are already linked. They are the Nano Leaf Essentials LED rope light. Okay, let me shut my door a little bit because it's hot as fuck. Wow, you guys. And guess what? My chair never fucking got here. My chair never got here. It's still not here. You touched it. It's going to take a minute for you to get you. That was the problem with my last mic, that I was always like touching it. Okay, before we get started, I think I'm going to go for a pink drink today. Sorry, I got to grab my charger because I'm trying to do a live on TikTok. Because I want all the smoke from TikTok right now because I'm going to answer all these questions. Okay. Got it. No, yeah, the chair's still not here. They're probably going to get here in the evening like they always fucking do, but I'm mad because I spent all day at home waiting for this damn chair. I got all of my other packages except for the chair, and the chair was literally like one of the most important ones. It'll be my last thing, and then I'll be fully functional. We need macchiato for little man. I need some food. Okay, first things first, let me order some food. I am gonna order a croissant porque tengo un poquito de hambre. I am on all platforms, and I'm about to drop a fourth one. I'm gonna go with a pink drink. A pink drink and oh, that highlighter. That highlighter is highlight blinking. Okay, and the grilled cheese. Sin chipotle. And Henry's about to be here, so he's probably going to join us for this round of cheese me. My favorite is tapping him into like new TikTok drama because he has no clue what's going on. Did you eat your fajitas? Yes, I did. Zero sound. Don't play with me. Do not tell me that this mic is going to give us issues too. Okay. Nonetheless, over here. All right. So I wanted to give you guys some backstory to what's did I just wake up today and I felt like getting into some TikTok beef? I must have, because I took on the Taylor Frank and Paul fans early this morning, and immediately after that I segued into the Miniman fans. Do you guys want? I guess I have to give you a recap, right? I'm going to show you the TikTok videos for those of you that haven't watched them, because we're multi-streaming and I want to give context to everybody. Okay, so if you've already watched some of these videos, that's fine. This is just a refresher for those of you that don't know what went down on TikTok today, because we need to give context. All right, so my receipt screen is on my third monitor. Look at this, guys. Bam. I got the whole thing over there. Look, here's Discord. Say hi to Discord, besties. Okay, but let me move this because it's not about Discord right now. We're going to shrink it down just to the phone. All right, so I'm going to show you what I was doing on TikTok today. Okay, we're going to start with the first video that I dropped, and I'll give you some context. Everyone behave. Everybody also, before we get into this video, does everybody have context to the TikTok beef between Angel de la Rosa and 44 Vato? By the way, I don't know 44 Vato. I have no idea what they're fighting about, and I really don't fucking care. I just thought it was ironic. I'm calling out the hypocrisy. Okay, so just watch the videos first, and then we'll regroup. That went viral for also supporting ICE. Now is a good time to remind everybody that Angel de la Rosa is the same creator that went viral for also supporting ICE. Disclosure, I don't follow the other dude, no idea what he represents, but I found it ironic to see this online feud where Angel de la Rosa is trying to get behind some type of advocacy and point the finger at this Trump supporter, ICE supporter, when he made two very viral videos shortly after the election, encouraging and teaching people exactly how to report vulnerable communities to ICE. These videos showed millions of people, thousands, look at the saves and shares, which number to call, and how to anonymously report these vulnerable communities. Behind the guise that if their family members voted for Trump, you should report them to ICE. That is very much supporting ICE and their efforts to remove vulnerable communities. Even if their families voted for Trump, they have no control over that because they didn't vote. And to add insult to injury, he has created content on those same people that have been reported, picked up, and murdered by ICE as if he advocates for what happened to them, when he's the same person that showed many people in the United States how to report these people to ICE. So if we want to talk about who supports ICE, I think it is a fair statement to say that Angel de la Rosa also supported ICE by teaching thousands of people how to report people to them. So it is really rich for him to point the finger at any Trump supporter for A, B, C, or D because he's in the same boat with them. Now is a good time to remind everybody that Angel de la Rosa is the same creator that went viral for also supporting ICE. Disclosure, I don't follow the other dude, no idea what he represents, but I found it ironic to see this online feud where Angel de la Rosa is trying to... Okay, that was video number 1. Apologize for the echo. I'm going to mute my mic when I'm playing the video so that you don't hear that echo. So that was the video that I dropped today, okay? That's today's video. A lot of people maybe were like, whoa, WTF, but I'm going to give you further context. So here's the next one. Let's roll the clip on Angel de la Rosa.
Siblings, aunts, uncles, etc. So if you know of a Latino who voted for Trump, I urge you to call this number and report said family members.
Some of you may have justified that because of the Latinos for Trump relation. Real advocacy would never get behind that. Real advocacy would never weaponize an entire platform against vulnerable communities simply because their family members voted for Trump when they have no control over who their families voted for. They can't even vote. Secondly, that video was viewed by thousands and millions of people. Do you think it only landed on the FYP of people related to Trump? It gave the specific number and told everybody that you can anonymously report someone to ICE. You think this didn't land on Trumpers FYP? You think this didn't land on people who may want to weaponize the status against their neighbor that they just don't like? You think this didn't land on racist FYP? Would their lives be worth any less if they were related to somebody that voted for Trump when they have no control over who their family voted for? And now the same person that taught millions of people how to anonymously report people to ICE is getting on here to advocate for them. Why don't you ask Angel de la Rosa if these two people had had a relationship to a Latino for Trump? Would he not make a video for them then? Are their lives worth any less? Are they not still just as vulnerable? And my point in highlighting this is simply to show that it is very hypocritical of Angel to now be pointing that finger at 44 Vato for being an ICE supporter because he follows ICE, when Angel taught millions of people how to send people ICE's way. That's supporting ICE. He's supporting their quota. How do you know that somebody didn't use that number that Angel de la Rosa shared to millions of people to do just that? They likely did. I guarantee you that that video that went viral, he made 2 of them because he doubled down after and said, I'm not sorry. I said what I said. That's not advocacy. And a lot of people got behind the video because, oh, Latinos for Trump, and as a way to punish them, wanted to crucify the vulnerable family members that they have. It's cruel and wicked, and you're no better than Trump supporters weaponizing somebody's status next door just because they don't like them. Angel de la Rosa, at one point, also supported ICE by teaching people how to get them their numbers, teaching people what number to call, telling people that you can actually anonymously report someone. I bet you a lot of people don't even know how or where to go. He gave them the tool to do so. Let's roll the clip on Angel de la Rosa.
Siblings, aunts, uncles.
I want to specify, I don't know who the other dude is. I don't care. This video is not in defense of the other 44, Vato 123, whatever the fuck his name is. Okay, I'm calling out the hypocrisy that whatever beef they had, Angel decided to try to point the finger at the other dude and be like, oh, well, he's a Trump supporter. Oh, well, he's an ICE supporter. So are you. So are you. Teaching millions of people how to report undocumented immigrants to ICE is supporting ICE, period. It doesn't matter how you try to justify it and say, oh, because Latinos for Trump this, they're vulnerable communities. They're immigrants that are undocumented. And by people reporting them to ICE, that is helping ICE. And he's trying to, point the fingers at the other guy because the other guy follows ICE. Well, you are worse than the other guy because you actually help ICE. You've helped ICE. And then, adding insult to injury, you made videos about people killed by ICE. Like, you didn't just tell people last year how to report those same people to ICE. Okay? That's why I jumped in finally. And mind you, this motherfucker has been talking shit about me for a whole year. Now, I'm going to show you his response because he did respond today. I'm going to have to unblock him really quick because I've had him blocked since last year. But let's unblock him to view his response. We're going to break it down.
Another day, another drama. I'm sure many of you guys know who Annie is. She's a big content creator, and she just posted a video saying that I support ICE. Come on, guys. And she's referring to this video that I posted about a year and a half ago. And as you can tell, the video has 2.5 million views, hundreds of thousands of likes, etc.
I like how he points out, as you can tell, the video has millions of views, thousands of likes, as if that makes it any better. Okay, plus, I want you to point out how quick he responded to me. Also, this man is under fire for a lot of things on social media right now, right? So I'm sure he's not happy that I jumped in, but I'm going to give you context to why I finally did.
And the video is titled, How to Deal with Latinos for Trump. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but I detest Latinos for Trump. My entire page is dedicated to me clowning and making fun of Latinos for Trump. So what's the big deal with this video? So in this video, and yes, I'll be posting the video here at the end so you guys can watch it for yourself, I say that the best way to deal with Latinos for Trump is to fight fire with fire. Latinos for Trump love ICE, they love deportations until it happens to them. The best way to deal with Latinos
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard him say. Latinos for Trump love deportations until it happens to them. If they voted, they're not the ones getting deported, dumbass. If Latinos for Trump are voting for Trump, they're not the ones getting deported. Okay? They love it so much until it happens to them. It's not going to happen to them. It's going to happen to someone else that didn't vote for Trump.
For Trump is to inflict the same pain upon them that they inflict upon others. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not the type of person to take the moral high ground. I believe in fighting fire with fire, an eye for an eye. And Latinos for Trump need to pay. It's unfortunate, but it's what they voted for. Even people in Annie's comments are saying the same thing, that I'm not an ICE supporter. I just made a video saying, hey, let's fight fire with fire. Fuck Latinos for Trump. This is what they voted for. Also, Annie has had me blocked for over a year, so I had to view this from my secondary account. But yes, fuck Latinos for Trump. I stand by my video. It has millions of views. I'm not going to apologize. I stand by what I say. Matter of fact, go read the comments of this video. Everybody is in agreement with me. The only people who were
You could read the comments on the video because I'm not deleting them, unlike him, okay? And I like how he's like, everybody agrees with me. What do you mean? Look, even in her comments section. Because his main concern is how people view him. And the way he ran to validate himself and to look for validation from his audience is funny to me. It's very telling. Yeah, you can read the comments in my section, Angel, because I'm not deleting them. And the only comments I've deleted are his 2 comments he left on my Instagram, because I'm not giving him my clout. Absolutely not. I made these videos for my audience, not for him. And we'll get into that in a minute.
Angry and triggered at this video were MAGAs. There was an entire coalition of Latinos for Trump trying to get this video taken down. Fuck Latinos for Trump. Fight fire with fire. Make them feel the same pain that they are inflicting on others. I'm not one to take the moral high ground. If you go low, I'll go to hell. But yes, guys, I stand by what I say. Fuck Latinos for Trump, and I hope they get what they voted for. But anyways, here's the video. Let me know what you guys think.
Latinos for Trump, it is time to embrace.
All right, so let's go look at my response, and we're gonna reblock him because I don't like his content. And the root of all this is that I blocked him some time ago. So then I'm gonna show you my response to his response. I've seen Angel de la Rosa's response, and it's time to pull some receipts on him. So he's using this as an opportunity for clout. I already had him blocked on all other socials, and I'll explain why, but he did leave a comment on my Instagram that I have been deleting because I know his intention is to generate views from my platform to his. I've also since blocked him on Instagram. I'm going to address the history of our relationship as mutuals, not as friends. We were never friends. Angel de la Rosa and I were mutuals for a period of about 6 to 7 months. He reached out to me. He would come to me for relationship advice. I also mentored him on OnlyFans. I provided support, direction, and feedback for his platforms. I unfollowed him after these videos because they did not align with my values. I did reach out to him privately because we had a report, and I tried to encourage him to do good things with his platform. He actually came to me after he went viral for teaching people how to report people to ICE. I gave him some gentle advice not to divide the Hispanic community even more, to use his platform with care, and obviously I have personal experiences that made this very conflicting for me. He doubled down and made a second video, which was fine. I didn't say anything, and I quietly unfollowed him, simply because his content no longer aligned with my values. But we were not friends, we were just mutuals. He must have noticed, he got upset, and I started receiving messages that he was publicly disparaging me after that. I received several screenshots from my followers where he would make statements like this: she's also a convicted felon, just kind of diminishing my experience. I did reach out privately last year, and I just reiterated that my unfollowing of his content was never personal. It just did no longer align with my values. He never responded. Since then, I've seen him make several public statements about me, disparaging me, my story. Some of you guys have as well. He's hosted live streams. He's made a lot of comments about me. The only interactions I ever had with him were positive ones. I mentored him, gave him advice, and quietly stepped away when his content no longer aligned with my values. He's currently making these type of comments, which are very untruthful, because it was me that stepped away from him, and we were never friends. I've seen him make statements that I'm too dramatic, very problematic, but it wasn't a problem when he was coming to me for help, advice, relationship help, and all of that. He was salty that I unfollowed him. That's it. Now, I never gave him any airtime because it wasn't worth my time. Blocked him and have not been consuming his content, but I recently saw all this drama unfolding on FYP, which is crazy because for him to call me dramatic, he's in a lot of drama recently. And I was triggered by seeing that he's made content about trying to point out other Trump supporters, trying to advocate for people that have been murdered by ICE, given his history. In summary, we were never friends. He's another salty man with a hurt ego because I set boundaries with him and I quietly walked away from him. And he's been bad-mouthing me ever since. I am not a woman that you can walk all over. He's used to dealing with women like the one we heard on the recent phone call that was afraid of him. Angel de la Rosa's response, and it's time to pull some receipts on him. So he's using this, quietly unfollowed him. Simply because his content no longer aligned with my values. Because I set boundaries with him and I quietly walked away from him, and he's been bad-mouthing me ever since. I am not a woman that you can walk all over. He's used to dealing with women like the one we heard on the recent phone call that was afraid of him, that was trying to, do whatever to please him, which, by the way, there's a lot of red flags in that phone call as well. I've seen Angel de la Rosa's response, and it's time to pull some receipts on him. So he's using this as an opportunity. Okay. Let's regroup, class. Okay, so that's what's happened on TikTok today. I have a few things to say. Number one, Mini Man has been talking shit about me for a whole year. Okay, in fact, I actually have a clip. I have a clip that I'm going to show you along with the screenshot that I showed you guys of some of the comments that he's made. And mind you, these really have a problem with it. And I didn't have a problem. Hold on.
Creator I've ever really had a problem with, and I didn't have a problem with them. They're just problematic. Is that Annie girl? Because Annie and I used to be friends. Like, we used to be cool. Like, we were friends. Like, she was kind of like a mentor for me too. But she's just a very problematic woman, and she's just fucking problematic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like drama, so I just distance myself from that. I don't like drama. I don't like fucking gossip. You have great content. Hey, thank you, Pots. So I just distance myself from her. Just some weird shit, bro. And she just has weird energy and is just problematic, bro. That's all I can say. But I wish her the best. Like her stuff will still pop. Hey, thank you, John Pork, for the gifts. Her stuff still pops up on my feed. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I'll even repost it. Like if it's something relevant, I gotta repost it. But person is just. I mean, I don't wish her any. I don't wish her any ill.
He was
wish her the best.
being a straight hater.
I hope she thrives. But just not in my circle.
Okay. So anyway, he's been making similar content, making public statements about me for a whole year. Okay. And mind you, I reached out to him privately when a few of you sent me screenshots of comments that he made about me in his comment section. Hold on. My food is here. My food is here. BRB. Hi, I'm back. Okay. Food has arrived. Hello. Okay, so recapping. Miniman has been talking shit about me for a long time. Okay, since I unfollowed him. Besides, Serena, welcome to YouTube. Thank you so much for joining my memberships. Aside from the interactions I showed you, which were all positive ones, I didn't understand like why he was talking shit about me, why he was making those comments. Some of them were like, oh, she's just a convicted felon. She's dramatic. She's this and that. She's drama, which, okay. But mind you, we went from having like positive rapport privately. And so I sent him a private message and I said, hey, like, just wanted to let you know it wasn't personal that I unfollowed you. I'm not sure why you're making these comments, creating drama between our platforms, because what's that going to do when he's making those comments? People are going to come and be like, oh, did you see what he said? Right? So this has been happening since last year. Him constantly sneak dissing me because I unfollowed him. Mind you, I mentored him. I was nothing but kind to him. I gave him advice. I gave him feedback. He came to me for relationship advice. He came to me for OnlyFans mentorship. All that shit. Okay? So it was out of left field when I would see him talking shit about me. Regardless, did not address it publicly. Although it almost felt like he wanted me to address him publicly because he was making these public statements, ignored the private message that I sent him. And I was like, I'm not doing that with him. It is what it is. He's butthurt, whatever, right? For a whole year, he's been sneak dissing me. I blocked him. Don't want to consume his content. I don't like it, so I just keep it moving, right? Well, recently, I saw all this viral stuff about the SA allegations. He's beefing with that other creator. And I thought it was ironic that Angel was pointing his finger at the other dude for being an ICE supporter. Because if you remember, I remembered the video because it's why I unfollowed him. Also, I heard the call about the SA allegations. I'm going to show those two videos because I have opinions on those as well. He's been giving opinions on me for a year. And I keep reiterating that because everybody's like, why are you talking about him? Why are you talking about him? because I'm just giving opinions the same way he's been giving opinions about me. He may just not like the timing of it because he's under fire for a lot of shit. And the videos that I made on TikTok were not for him. People are like, why are you making videos if you haven't blocked? Because they're not for him. I approached him privately to talk about whatever issue he had up his ass about me. He didn't want to talk about it. That's fine. So I have no interest in talking to him publicly. This is for my audience, not for you guys. Now, the video he made with that girl is actually really crazy to me. Where he says, and this is kind of what put him back on my radar, and part of why I decided to step in. So let me show you the video. Some of you have already seen it. For those of you that haven't, here it is.
For being a Trump supporter, and I exposed 44 Vato for being a Trump supporter and supporting ICE. And in retaliation, 44 Vato posted a video of me claiming that I essayed a girl and that I tested positive for STDs. And this is exactly why I don't respect chisme pages. Well, I'm here to clear my name because this is ridiculous. So after
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but laugh about the STD part. I couldn't help but laugh because that's just... It looks like two bitches fighting, okay? I'm gonna say it how it is. This might sound sexist, but it sounds like two bitches fighting. And I thought it was crazy, and I'm jumping ahead, that he acknowledged it's his real medical records. Let me just let it play.
Exposed 44 Vato for being a Trump supporter, he thought it was a good idea to post a video claiming that somebody DM'd him saying that I essayed them, that I got them drunk, and that I took advantage of them. Ridiculous. And he also posted my personal medical records, an STD test from August, claiming that I tested positive. Now,
can we pause here? I thought it was funny that he acknowledged this is real. Because look at it. It's fucking handwritten. Come on, you have to know how things work in Mexico. Anybody could have made this. If that was me, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That shit ain't real. Whether it was clean STD testing or not. I thought it was funny that he acknowledged it's real and it's his. Because, bitch, I would have just said, do you see that? Does it look official to you? It's handwritten in pen. What the fuck? Anyway, let him finish.
Now, first of all, I get regularly tested around every 4 months. Everybody should get regularly tested. And also, I don't know if 44 Vato knows how to read or not, but this is all negative, bro. He's also over here claiming that I like men. Now, I don't know what 44 Vato's obsession is with me being part of the LGBT community. I'm not. I'm straight. Pero a huevo quiere que me gusten los hombres, bro. A huevo quiere. Like, he, like, by force wants me to like men for some reason. And if you go look at the comments, nobody is buying it. Everybody is saying, bro, this looks fake. These are just screenshots. That's if you don't get your comment deleted, because he's deleting comments. And he also blocked me from commenting, by the way. He also said in the video that he's going to tell my parents. Bro, file a police report. The fuck are you gonna tell my parents for? My parents are senior citizens. Go file a police report if you think this is true. But here's where I'm going to clear up my name. Just minutes ago, I called the girl who I had a thing with at the time and asked her if any of this was true.
Is this not a red flag for everyone? How far he's going to try to clear his name? This should be a red flag for anybody. Because if this is real, and this guy is saying false, just go straight to court. Straight to court. Why do you need to come on here and show us this poor girl's phone call? Okay, this just tells you how much he cares about public opinion, which is why he's so quick to respond to these videos. Okay, and this did not clear him, in my view, the way that he thinks that it did. And if it cleared him for other people, that's great, but there's a lot of red flags with the call he's about to play.
And I'll let the audio speak for itself. But anyways, keep watching. Let me know what you guys think.
He sabido de ti, ni hablado de ti.
Why? Okay.
Tú no has sido tema en mi vida since that day, okay? So
Why are you
I don't
saying?
know what
Why are
you're
you
talking
saying?
about.
Why are you saying that I raped
did
you?
not. What?
Why are you saying that I raped you? What's wrong with you?
I did not. I no he hablado de ti para nada.
Do you know? Hey, do you know my ex? Hey, you know my ex sent me a video, an audio of you telling her that I raped you. She recorded your entire phone call with her, and I have it where you say, "Oh yeah, he did this to me." That's not true. Why are you saying that?
I never said the word rape.
There's this guy on TikTok now saying that. I know you messaged him from one of your.
Okay, I want to point out, she doesn't deny. She just said, I didn't use the word rape. So it sounds like she, in confidence, told another woman that she was sexually assaulted. Maybe the word rape wasn't used. And that woman, who knows if she had her consent or not, shared the information to a source on social media and it got leaked. Okay. I thought that was really fucked up. And then Angel is calling her, hounding her. This doesn't sound like it's hey, let's talk about it. He totally called her to record her, put her in a corner so she would say what he needs her to say to clear his name publicly. And that's a red flag.
Account saying that I sexually assaulted you. Why are you saying that?
No, that's not true.
So you didn't tell him that I raped you?
No, I did not.
So why he just made a video about me saying that you told him that I raped you, and he also
I didn't-
he
what the
also
fuck? I haven't talked with anybody.
he also posted the picture that I sent you of my STD results, which are all negative, and you saying that they're positive. They're all negative. Why would you send that to him?
I did not send that. The only person I sent it to was your ex.
Right. Well, he has those images. You know that 40. You know that 44 Vato guy, the Trump supporter.
I don't know.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
What the fuck? I didn't talk with him. I spoke with your ex. Yes, that's the only
So-
person I've spoken about.
The way he's talking to her, she's intimidated. She's like, what the fuck? He's like, why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? He's not asking her, hey, what happened? He's asking her in a very forceful way, in a very aggressive way, if I do say so myself. And she's just like, I didn't. He's like, yeah, well, this happened. So very matter of fact, blaming her for this getting out. The girl doesn't even know who the fuck 44 Vato is. And mind you, he's mad aggressive, okay? Putting her into a corner to say what he needs her to say. Why would you say that I raped you? Why did you say that? Why did you say this? If you didn't happen, you know that it happened. Okay. And mind you, it gets worse.
The only person that knows everything about us is your ex.
So did I rape you? Yes or no?
No.
This is ridiculous.
Well, I did not say I'm the only person
and I'm
that
going
I spoke
and
with.
I'm just letting you know I'm posting this audio, bro. I'm posting this because my credibility is on the line. Listen, my
Okay.
credibility is on the line. Shut up for a
Me
second.
vas a dejar hablar?
No, shut up. Just shut up for a second. Listen,
No,
listen. I'll let you speak in
no.
a second. I'll let you speak in a second. Okay.
That part of the call is so telling. I'm posting you. Shut up. Don't speak. I'll let you know when I'm done talking. That was very controlling. That was very aggressive. And you can tell la sacó de onda.
Look, I'm recording this. I'm posting this audio because it's ridiculous. They're saying that they only have a picture that I sent you of my results, which are all negative, by the way. They're sending the screenshots that you sent them from one of your accounts. Conversation that I got you drunk, that I lured you, that I gave you.
Can I see? Can I see?
Yeah, go unblock.
Because this is gonna affect both of us.
I know. Go unblock me on Instagram and I'll send it to you. Okay. All right. Stay in touch.
Oh, espérate. Don't post anything.
I
We worked this out?
might have to because people are accusing me
I
of
know.
being a rapist.
I understand that. I'm not. I understand that, and let's fix this together, okay? I'm not.
Okay.
That part of the call made me really sad. She didn't consent to being posted. She probably didn't even know he was recording. He didn't tell her till at the end of the phone call after he got her to say the statements he needed her to say. And you can tell she's like, wait. No. Let's take care of it. Let's do it together. Like, no. Let's figure it out. Because she doesn't want to be re-victimized. She doesn't want to be exposed to his platform. Okay? That is fucked. For anyone that thinks this phone call cleared him, all I saw was a bunch of red flags from a controlling, machista, possibly offender. I do believe there's more. All she said was, I didn't use that word. And I'm not the one that gave it to them. And he's making her responsible for it. Completely blindsided her. And mind you, how twisted you got to be to do this, to call someone, record it, knowing exactly what you're going to use it for. And you, like, it wasn't just like a friendly call of, hey, like, did you do this? It was very matter of fact and accusing her. And she's saying, I didn't do this. It was probably the other girl from what it sounds like. And she doesn't want to be blasted. She doesn't want to be exposed. She even said, this is going to affect us both. He posted her anyway. For what? To clear his name. If you think that man has any respect for women, all he cares about is himself. He posted her against her wishes, knowing it would affect her, all for the sake of clearing his name from these SA allegations. That doesn't clear him from shit in my book. All I heard was a woman that was being intimidated by a man to say exactly what he needed her to say so he could clear his name publicly. That is it. In my view, it made him look worse. So now everyone's like, oh, he got no, he didn't. No, he didn't. So anyway, he's in a big mess, okay? He's in a big mess. I really don't have much to say about his beef with that other person. I don't know what the fuck 44 Vato is, but he's got bigger issues right now than my humble little opinion. Because remember, I'm just a convicted felon. I don't know why his fan base is so butthurt about me having an opinion. What he did is illegal. If he's in Mexico, I don't know where he was when he was recording that phone call. It is illegal to record someone without consent. It is illegal to post somebody and their voice without their consent. It's a civil matter. She could sue him. I don't know where he was, but she didn't consent to being posted. She said, wait, don't post me. It sounded like she was, trying to help him. But yeah, there were a lot of red flags in my book. Anybody that's dealt with men like him, you can read between the lines. But to his fan base looking at, and I feel like the whole beef going on, again, I don't even know what the fuck it has to do with. I don't understand it and I don't care to. In these situations, people are so blindly following creators that they like that they miss very important things. An example where today I just called him out for being he supported ICE. It's not debatable, but people are justifying it because A, B, C, and D, and that's not what he said, and he's for this, and he's for that. And remember, anytime Annie's a messenger, just shoot it down right now, okay? So, yeah, I felt a need. I was triggered by the content that I saw about him, and I thought, you know what, today's the day. I always knew eventually I would probably have to address it because he's been going at it for a year. He's been sneak dissing me for a year, and I just didn't want to give it the airtime, but I was like, you know what? It's a good time to put him on my chopping block today. It's a good time to put him on the chopping block. All right, we're gonna really quick. Yo, can we just take a moment for my setup, okay? This shit is a vibe. It is a vibe. Fighting in public with this woman was very low of him. Yeah, blasting her that way was a red flag. And then I did think it was funny that he's talked a lot of shit about me in the last year about me being drama. You're in the middle of a lot of drama. In fact, his entire content is drama, rage baiting people. He's known that. We've talked about it, right? So his comments he's made about like, oh, I tried being her friend. She was too problematic. I had to step away from her. That's a small man with her ego talking, okay? I was nothing but kind to him, helped him, mentored him, but I stepped away when his content rubbed me the wrong way. And then he got butthurt. And that's how we're here today. He's mad. He's mad. I pulled the plug on him. And mind you, I only showed a few receipts to prove my point. I guarantee you, with all this beef about the girl, if I go back in my receipts far enough, I have context in there about his little relationships. Yeah, I might even be able to find a receipt that has to do with that entire mess. Not my place. I don't really fucking care. But that's what happened on TikTok today, y'all. So, but you see what I'm saying? That like people will go at me publicly. And when I finally say something, Annie's dramatic. He's been coming at me since last year. I very quietly, peacefully walked away. I approached him privately when I saw the stuff he was saying online. Left it alone. And it almost seemed like he wanted me to fight with him publicly. I didn't give him that airtime. I've been trying to avoid him. I really do stay in my lane. I really do. But people do this type of shit. They're allowed to have opinions and this and that on Annie. And then when Annie finally has an opinion back, Annie's drama. Just say you don't like women that don't let men walk all over her. Just say you don't like women that talk back. Just say that. It's a universal response. Yep. And you'll notice all my trolls will flock over to his shit and be like, oh yeah, Annie's this. Oh yeah, she was dragging Candace. Oh yeah, she was doing this. Otra rayita al tigre. How about pussies. He's being. Why have I heard a lot of people say that he reminds him of Carlos? Why does he remind you of Carlos? I've seen that comment quite a bit. Guys, I forgot a cake pop. He said que la Candelaria es su amiga. Of course she is. Of course she is. They both support ICE. They both support reporting people to ICE. Of course they're friends. Are you surprised? No. If I don't get this damn chair today, I'm throwing a fit. A fit, I tell you, a fit. Oh, booty. It says one of my packages is delayed. Ay, qué gordos me caen. I can foresee a rich boy video coming up. Anytime I have public opinions on people, all my haters come out the woodwork. Because, again, Annie's not allowed to have opinions. People can drag me to filth. But the minute I have an opinion, Annie's a drama. And everybody's going to come forward and say, oh, yeah. That is so frustrating to me. I'm going to be honest. I get so fucking frustrated on social media with that shit. Because what do you mean? What do you mean I can't have an opinion on an opinion about me? What do you mean I can't get on here and make a tiki-talkie, but you can make how many about me? What do you mean? What do you mean? Love the lives with the eating. Sorry, I'm done. I hate that too. I'm so sorry, but I had to. It was that or just if I wouldn't have started the live, I wouldn't have never done it. Sorry, but it's over. It's over. Notice is not obligatorio, nor is it appreciated. Adios. Okay. The minute I bring receipts and my opinions, everybody loses their shit. Yeah. They ride the train to get more views because their content is failing. Yeah, and then like power office in 5 minutes. What? No. Yes. Off. No, we don't want to turn off. Nice new mic. Thanks, I got it today. Oh, BFFs with Candace? Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I guarantee you Candace probably sent him a DM too. That actually might have been why he was like, she's so problematic. Because I always wondered, like, what pissed him off? Like, all I did was unfollow him. What do you mean? My Amazon same-day order has been shipped for 2 days. It's like, you know what's stupid? One of the packages arrived yesterday, and then when the delivery driver went to give it to me, she's like, oh, it doesn't come up on my computer, so I can't give it to you. I gotta come back tomorrow. What? You always have receipts. And I'll be honest, I thought his reply was going to be much something. Nothing. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with his reply, but what can you expect? It was pretty much a... Thank you, Rosizi. She says, till you clap back, you're problematic. Aguanten, that's why you have to be careful what you say. The internet tiene memoria. See. I mean, don't be yes girls, but is it not contradicting for him to point the finger at the other dude for supporting ICE when he made a video I believe, it is my opinion, that when you instructed people how to send people to ICE, that is you helping ICE. Is it not? It doesn't matter who they're related to. You just taught millions of people how to get tips to ICE. So are we gonna, why are we just like arguing the technicalities of who supports ICE? So do you, bro. In fact, you did some work for them. You helped them. But the other guy canceled the other guy because he follows him on social media. Which, mind you, I don't know the other guy. I don't give a fuck if he supports ICE or not. I don't know if he's a Trumper because I don't consume his content. My video was not in support of him. It was simply to point out, you're just as bad. You're in the same fucking boat. What do you mean? What do you mean you're over here? People that are writing, like, behind that statement of it's okay to report family members of Latinos for Trump to ICE are so blinded by their hate for Trump that they've lost the plot. Being anti-Trump does not mean targeting people that are undocumented. I mean, are we, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're anti-Trump, cool, but you're so anti-Trump. How do I explain this? You're just anti-Trump. You're not pro-immigrant. See what I'm saying? You're pro-immigrant cuando te conviene. but you're so anti-Trump that you're blinded. Like you've lost the fucking plot. And then I was super triggered when I saw Angel had made videos about the people that had been murdered by ICE. What do you mean? You told people to report them. What kind of audacity? Where did you afford that shit when you literally made video laughing about it and telling people how to get tips to ICE, and now you're on here advocating for the people that got murdered by ICE? Make that shit make sense. Nope. And that was when I was like, nope, I'm sorry. I've stayed quiet for an entire year because my point was not to bring out the history between Angel and I at all. It was solely going to be on this ICE topic, but he made comments in his reply specifically about us being friends, that I'm problematic, that he stepped away. Nope. One thing about me, if you lie on my name, be prepared for me to pull receipts. I was hoping it wasn't going to get to that because the videos that I made were solely to call out his hypocrisy. My history with him has nothing to do with it, right? But in his reply, and I was waiting for it, I said, if he says one thing that's not true about why I'm calling him out, I'm pulling receipts. And that's exactly what I did. And oh, now I'm problematic. No, I'm just sticking to my rep. Like I've been very successful at creating this reputation where I pull receipts. Okay. And if you lie on me, I'm going to pull receipts. Absolutely. No, we were never friends. No, he didn't walk away from me. None of that shit. He's butthurt because I unfollowed him. And that's really it. And that's where all those fucking comments that he's made since have came from. Yeah, and the girl he called, 100% she's scared of him. He intimidated her. Not only that, they're going to be going to people that see his content that are Trump supporters getting instructions how to call ICE. And that's exactly what I said when I talked to him too. I said, you think that video is only going to land on a certain FYP? That video is going to land on people that are probably going to use it for whatever. They're not going to know or care about whether they're related to Latinos for Trump or anyway. The information he put out was dangerous. It was so harmful to the community, period. So that same community is the one that follows him. And now they're over there like, oh no, he said it was only for people of... The information you put out is so harmful, period. And you can't control the audience that it's going to land across. You think white people didn't see that shit? You think Trumpers didn't see that shit and tuck that number into their pocket? You think he didn't teach people that maybe didn't know that they could do that? Anonymously to boot? You think what he put out there is not harmful to more than just people related to Latinos for Trump? And that's the big picture that people are dismissing because they're fans of him and Annie's just drama. Look at the big picture. Be consistent with your advocacy. And that's why I'm like, why the fuck is he making videos about people killed by ICE when he's literally telling people how to deliver them to him or to them? Does that not piss anybody else off? Is it just me? And call me crazy if, okay, cool. It triggered me when I saw he made videos on the people killed by ICE because you literally taught people how to deliver those people to ICE. And now you're going to get on here like you give a fuck. No, sorry, somebody had to say it. And of course, because it's Annie, because it's Annie, they're going to shoot her right down. No, that shit pisses me off. And then we're going to talk about how he's homophobic. Yeah. I thought it was funny. Look, my gay radar is never off, okay? And hey, it's 2026, gay's okay. Because I've had private conversations with him, I always had like a bisexual vibe from him, which is fine. In part of the video he made about 44 Vato, I guess he's also fighting those allegations. I have a friend that replied to some of his stories, particularly because he does OnlyFans, okay? And he made some homophobic responses to this person that I know that is gay. Homophobic as fuck. Mind you, Angel does OnlyFans, okay? He puts out sexy content. And you're sorry, but if you're a man on OnlyFans, naturally you're going to attract gay men. It is what it is. It is what it is. And hey, cash out, baby girl. Right? So I find it interesting that many people have that same vibe about him, but man, he's been fighting on narrative hard. Hard. He's saying that you only want beef. If I wanted beef, I would have been beefing with him since last year. He's been talking shit about me since last year. So if I wanted beef so bad, why would I have not have called him out the first opportunity? I went to him privately. I just have opinions. In fact, my videos were not even for him. I have him blocked. It's not my fault. It's not my fault he went out of his way to view my content and reply to it. I just have opinions. The same way he's made public live streams about me, public comments about me. You don't see me saying he just wants beef with me. I've let him have opinions on me for a whole year. Now I happen to have one at a time where maybe not convenient for him. You're just mad that I came around strategically. And it happens to be a thing. People hate. I always clap back eventually, okay? Just know I may save it for later. I might save it for later, but I always put that shit in my back pocket. I could have replied last year, but I was like, yeah, whatever. This year felt like it had some substance, okay? And I didn't pipe in because of my beef with him. I piped in because I was absolutely triggered by his hypocrisy. Mind you, he taught people how to send people to ICE. That shit triggered me. And I was sitting on it. I was sitting on it. Today I just woke up on he caught me on a good day. Him and TFP. I woke up this morning just having opinions about TFP, having opinions about Angel. Isn't that what TikTok is for? Isn't that what people do on TikTok? But everyone's losing their bananas because Annie has an opinion on Angel. What's the matter? I thought we were all. Angel Live, everyone mentioning you. We're mentioning him too over here. It's cool. Want money back? Say I got time today. I did. I took on the TFP fans this morning. And then I don't know what it was. I was just like, I think today is the day. Because I had left a few comments on people's videos about him and the recent beef. And I was like, I think today's the day. Today's the day I give this some airtime. He's still talking about his 2.5 million views. Congrats. And again, I think that is his only motivation for everything. Views and likes and shares. And that's cool. Say that, but we should definitely criticize the means to an end when it comes to certain things. I have opinions. And that's all. What is his beef with the other creator? I honestly have no fucking clue. I couldn't tell you. I honestly don't care. My video was not in defense of the other dude because I don't know what they're even fighting about. I don't know who the other dude is or what he represents, and I really don't care. My video was simply pointing out on his hypocrisy because I saw people going hard on the other dude for being an ICE supporter. So is Angel. Are we going to agree that, are we going to argue about the fact that he helped ICE with that video? Broadcasted? This is a number you can call and urged people to report. So it's not up for debate. He also supported ICE. Maybe he doesn't anymore, but hey, he doubled down. The video's still there. So no, even in present day, he stands by what he said. He encourages people to report people to ICE. Have you seen what ICE is doing to people? And even then, today, he doubled down and said he stands by what he said. Go ahead and report them to ICE. He thinks that people that are related to Latinos for Trump should pay for their family members' vote. And that is there's no critical thinking skills behind that. None at all. Why would innocent people that didn't vote, that don't have a voice, why should they be collateral damage? Because they have family members that are related, that voted.
Hello.
Hi.
¿Qué haces, Marta?
Cheese my time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the dress out.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Maybe leave the dogs outside for a little bit.
Oh, los acabo de meter because I knew you were going to come home.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe let him out for another little bit.
Okay.
Choose what type. All Latinos' worst enemy is another enemy. Yeah. Se ha dicho. Se ha dicho. I don't know why the AI mod said no to that. El peor enemigo de un mexicano es otro mexicano. Se ha dicho. The logic is construed, blued, and tattooed. Yeah. The fact that people agree with him is even more disgusting. It's tone deaf. It's literally, I have to think these are ignorant people with no critical thinking skills. I don't agree with that. I don't think, why? Why would we make them pay for it? And mind you, we've seen what ICE is doing to people. Yeah. And he still thinks we should report their family members to ICE, hand them over so they could be shot and killed in the streets too. Yeah. And mind you, the majority of his platform, so Latinos, that hate Trump so bad, they love him because he hates Trump so bad, but he's in support of handing people to ICE. Make that shit make sense. Nope. Your hate for Trump is so bad, you've lost the fucking plot. Why do you hate Trump so bad? Why do we hate Trump? Most of us because of what we've seen him do to the immigrant communities. Why do you hate Trump? Ask him. Has anybody asked him why he hates Trump so bad? And if it's because of that, then what are you doing helping him meet his goal? Creating hate and division between the same community. You've lost the plot. Look at Anya bidding her banner. Oh, thank you, Essie. I saw what other people were. I actually took inspo from other streamers. His hate for Trump is bigger than his love for his people. I don't think he loves his people at all. Have you seen his content? It's hateful as fuck. It's condescending as fuck. He loves himself. That man loves himself only. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not here to tell him what he should and shouldn't do. I'm just here to point out the hypocrisy and that us as an audience, those are the creators that we're platforming. I've seen a lot of people saying he does so much for the community. Where? He does a lot for ICE. He's working for free for ICE, telling people how to get people over to them. Yeah, miss me with that shit. Yeah, when I saw that video, I was like, whoa, this is dark shit. And again, because we had a rapport, he calls it friendship. We weren't friends. We weren't friends. We were just mutuals. Because we had the rapport. He reached out to me. He was getting so much hate for that video. And he reached out to me and said, I've started a war. And I gave him feedback. I told him. It said he should be careful that he was creating more division. Use your platform for good. I give him good advice. He came to me during that video. He knew. But again, he doubled down. That's half of his content is rage bait. Y'all know that. That's why he has a lot of, people that criticize his shit. I don't believe he's 65% indigenous. I'm not going to talk about it. I saw somebody comment, and I don't know if this is true, okay, because people like to create drama, but somebody commented, he said you're a hoe on OnlyFans. Well, both of us are. I helped him launch his OnlyFans. Well, we both hold together. Yep. The gays have spoken and anonymously agree he is teeny tiny. That is a small man, yes. If you're illegal, you're illegal. It's not that difficult. Like your ancestors when they came over from Europe, probably. Also, wait, your last name is Sanchez. Not a good look, girl. I didn't even know who he was. And hey, consider yourself lucky. Consider yourself lucky. His content is not, it's strange bait. Some of his content is like, really? Again, when we were mutuals, there was a lot of shit that I would just be like, ugh, not this one, right? I had a drama line with that video about ICE. I did. Anyway, were they doing like Twitch better? I'm glad I'm not alone, Tine. Selective criticism. Why do people wait till they see the IC actions but won't say anything to Anglo-ingrained racist rhetoric? Gilbert, love, thanks for being here. You know, I love to read your comments. A lot of times they make no sense to me, but I'm gonna read them anyway. What's a coconut? When Kamala said it, what's a coconut? The fact that he said he has reposted your videos when you've had him blocked doesn't make sense. He's full of it. I've had him blocked for quite some time. Except for on Insta. I just didn't think to block him on Insta. But today when I dropped my video, he was commenting on my video. Oh, reply coming soon. Deleted that shit immediately because what is he doing? Marketing himself and telling people that so they'll go look for him, right? Deleted that shit. And then when he made his reply, he was like, Annie, stop deleting my comments. Nope, deleted it again because my video wasn't for you. My video wasn't to engage with you because I reached out to you privately once upon a time and you didn't want to. I have no interest in engaging with him publicly. My videos are simply my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. I think it's crazy. He's trying to fight with me over my opinions. No one tagged him. I'm not trying to convince his audience. This is for my audience. I just thought it was a good time. Like I said, I think now's a good time to remind you guys that he's the same dude that went viral for teaching people how to report people to ICE. That's all. That's all. And then he came back fucking quick. Within like 15 minutes, he had a response up, right? That shows you how much he cares. I wasn't even trying to get into it with him. Just sharing an opinion, you know, just making the ticky talk like we all do. Just like those live streams. You didn't see me throwing a fit about all those live streams he made comments about me. You didn't see me responding to any of them. Just kept it moving. So ask yourself, why didn't he keep it moving today? For him saying, I want the engagement, we could say, I would say the same thing. I think he just wants the views. I think he wants to fight with me, and he's been trying to fight with me since last year. I just haven't given him no airtime. And he's probably mad that I chose right now because he's under fire. And again, my opinions are the least of his concerns, or should be, because you're fighting SA allegations. And guess what? He's probably never getting rid of them. Regardless of what he showed, that's going to stick with him. And people have already formed their opinions, regardless of what happens with the case, whether he sues or not. I already have my opinions of him. That phone call was very telling that he posted about that girl. That is not a good man. And I've seen clips where he's like, oh yeah, I got bitches. Don't worry, I got bitches. Like he thinks he's some hot shot because he pulls multiple women and then plays them and pins them against each other. Toxic. He sounds like he's your typical narcissist. Mod B is saying bad stuff. Anyway, so that's really my spill. That's all I have. That was my TikTok beef sandwich that we had today. Now, I know I said I was in the live stream most of the day. Les quedé muy mal because I was setting up my office and just doing content and doing the thing. So what else is new, besties? Let's segue a bit. Chat is paused for scrolling. No. I truly hated how shamed people for not being able to go to Mexico. That's just wrong. Yeah. A coconut implies an individual who is brown on the outside and white on the inside. Ah, okay. He's 100% hypocrite, doesn't live in Mexico. As someone who is in the US, I'm supportive of everything you have said and uncovered with regards to yeah. Vita, thank you so much for the gifts. Yeah, your hair looks darker. I did. Why do people always say that they do so much for the community? Yeah. I don't know. What does he do for the community? Yeah, nothing that I've seen besides get on here and talk shit and make money. Right? He monetizes for himself, cool, but if anything, anything he's done in my book was canceled out with that video about how to report people to ICE. I never heard of a little guy till today. Sorry, I had to bring him to you. You're welcome. You're welcome for the advertisement. I know you need it. I know you need it right now. And then you know what's funny? I had another. I think I was contacted by another page that does a lot of advocacy on this topic, and they asked me for the video of him. I do believe they're going to make a video on him as well. I guess we'll see. That's the beauty of it, you know. I just kind of plant the seed, and then people can run with it. What does he do for the community? He shares information on he reports people to ICE. So if you ever see somebody say he does so much, yeah, he does a lot for ICE. Yeah, he be helping ICE for the free. Oh, maybe not for the free, because he monetizes. Remember, he reiterated that video had so many views and likes and comments. Yeah, he got paid. He got paid to teach people how to report people to ICE. Think about the irony in that. And then gets on here and makes videos about the people murdered by ICE as of, what a tragedy. Oh, okay. I didn't even watch the videos he made about them. I would have lost my bananas on him. Camps out in Durango, Zócalos. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I can't with the name. Miniman? I have never heard of 44 Vato. I think I've seen his stuff, the orange mask on FYP. I think I've seen him like live with Pancho and stuff. But outside of that, I never really knew what his content was about. I don't know if this is on the schedule, but what happened to the court with Yesenia and Julia, it got continued. Continued until September. What are your statistic numbers on people murdered by ICE? I don't have any. I haven't put any statistics together. Okay, besties, we're going to wrap up. Here's your formal invitation to join us on Kick, Twitch, or YouTube. Bye. Okay, bye. Yes, thank you. Oh, great. I made 14 cents off that live on TikTok. September. Yeah, what's that, like 2 months away? Yeah. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Un verano sin Yessi for torta. My comments, if disagreed, most people will say I don't understand, but I agree or disagree on my topics or stances you take, but I'm not being a hater, just an opinion. Yeah, I think just the way you word your comments sometimes are confusing to me, but nonetheless, I appreciate your engagement. Julia said Annie can't go live, must continue. Nah, because I rescheduled the live because they rescheduled the hearing. Okay, like let's clear some shit up. The bitch was ready to wake up at 6:30 and stream that shit for all of you. Okay, I was ready to go on a day that I had a lot of family things going on. I made time. I was on the clock in for you guys and have that shit for you. Okay, they rescheduled it last minute. And mind you, it's not my case. I'm not part of the decision making. I don't know what's going on any more than you guys know what's going on, okay? I did my part, handed it over to Yessie, praying for her and still supporting her. But I'm not part of the decision making, okay? So I learned when you guys learned the shit was continued, which is why I had Sunday night, I made my live schedule ready to cover the case on Wednesday morning at the crack of fucking dawn, okay? And then the continuance happened literally like a day before the hearing. That was something that has nothing to do with me. Okay. 14 cents, that's crazy. Yeah. I thought you were saying bye to YouTube. Yeah. I was debating, should I wake up? Girl, I was going to for y'all. But yeah, it didn't happen. It is out of my control. And I want to say that it's a good thing. You know, these things take time. We need to be patient. Trust the process. Trust the process.
This is amazing.
Oh, it scared me.
Carla_777_12 has sent $9.99 July bucks through Super Chat. Julia is happy she got a small break today. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
That break is over, baby girl. I'm circling back. Circling back. Did she go live? Did she explain to her people about the continuance? Did she make any statements about it? I actually haven't watched, haven't caught up. She got a little breaky break, but I'm not done. I'm going to repost some of my clips. It was a commercial break, okay? Today's content on TFP and Miniman was a commercial break. We're swinging right back around. Good things come to those who wait. Thank you, Carla, for the super chat. Yeah, again, like court takes time. Court takes time. And there's obviously negotiation, but I stand by what I said. If Julie had such a good defense, they would have been in court. Look, the first continuance was solely because an attorney was retained that couldn't appear short notice on the original scheduled date. I scheduled it when there was no attorney on the case, okay? Mind you, Julia's had how long to prepare? Since June. She's had 6 weeks to prepare for her defense. She's part of the reason it got continued, if not whole part of it, okay? So you mean in the 6 weeks, that wasn't enough time for you guys to get your countersuit together, to get your defense together? What's the holdup? Okay, that was 100% Julia's doing. I could tell you, yes, he was ready to go to the box this week. So that tells you there's stuff going on. And I do believe she's being advised because it's not entirely looking good for her. All she said was she did Pilates, no explanation or nothing for her besties. Expected. What do you mean? No meet and greet invitation? Funny how the energy changes, huh? Yep. How many people are watching on TikTok? Like 120? I haven't been consistently streaming over there, so I'm not surprised. And plus, I'm always getting restricted. I only go on there when I want to cover stuff that it's like TikTok trendy. And I wanted to talk my shit about Angel over there. She's never going to address anything, I don't think. I think even if unless she gets a dismissal, I don't see her ever addressing shit. And even with a dismissal, I don't know. I guess we'll just need to wait and see. She's never going to take accountability for anything. She will only make statements if she can somehow twist it into her being the victim. That is my personal opinion. Guys, can we talk about my setup for a second? I'm sorry. I just love it so much. I love my setup so much. The rope, and just wait. I'm going to get some nano panels in there soon. It's just so vibey in here. So vibey. I hope you guys love it. Where the fuck is my chair? I'm so mad about this damn chair because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. It still says llega hoy. No, I think they're full of shit. It says it's with a delivery driver. I guess we'll see. I need my damn... the chair was the most important thing. Would you consider providing a safe place for the victim so she could tell her story? Of uncles? Oh, for sure. I'm a girl's girl. Same way I brought Richard's baby mama on here. Absolutely. But I don't think she has any interest. She sounded she didn't want to be posted. She didn't... I don't think she wants anything to do with any of this. Based on the phone call, she doesn't want to be exposed. Looks ready for a rave. If we weren't live on YouTube, I could play some sounds. Yeah. How is the audio? Do you see a difference with the new mic? It's gonna be better. I need to get an XLR adapter. Look, I bought this. It's the Wave XLR. It just didn't come with, look, so it comes with one of these right here. This is supposed to make it way better audio quality, but tell me why this didn't come with the damn cord. Like, what the fuck? So once I get that, then it's going to be way better audio. I tried getting an RO on my ex's other baby mama. It was denied with the condition that if I had to make one more police report, the judge would only grant my RO, but would also charge her for stalking. Santo Remedio, she never showed up again. Hey, that's progress. A win is a win. Why are you looking for candy face? Yeah. One thing I noticed, maybe because I only see her live, the other uses similar motives, colors, or pink theme. Yeah. Yeah, I like pink. So now that you see kind of where my camera's going to be, do you think I should move my books over here? Or leave them over there? Creo que se ven más acá. I was going to put my camera over here, but I think I like it over there. I like the setup. Ditch the cups. I got a splitter, but that wasn't what I needed. I ended up having to get an entire box. It's called a wavelength. Yeah, it was actually really expensive. The splitter simply sent the video signal as 1 to 2 monitors. So it wasn't 3 monitors, if that makes sense. So I had to get an entire box. It's called a wavelength, and it was like 4,000 pesos. But I finally got it set up. Finally have my 3 monitors working, and I'm super excited. Now we just need my fucking chair. You're forgiven. I like your aesthetics, pink and purple vibes. Me too. Now I just need, I want to add a little bit more right here. A little bit more lighting, and then I'll be good to go. I love your side profile, but I feel like I'm watching from a window. I was going to ask about that because previously I was like this, right? So I looked, but if you've ever watched other streamers, they're usually looking to the side like this too. Right, baby?
Oh, yeah.
¿Qué traes?
Share water.
Oh, thank you. Mmm.
Limoncito de sal. Thank you, thank you.
Mmm. That is yummy. Look, you like my lights?
Oh, yeah.
I made it. Oh, yeah, I finally got it working. Ya soy pro, baby.
Sabes todo.
Mm-hmm.
All right, lady, hang down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tiene mucha sal. Están como very tangy. ¿Y los guaguaos? Okay. Okay. Yeah, splitter took care of it. I love the lights. You should put your books on this van. Yeah, I'm probably gonna move the books back to where the cups were. It's because originally I thought my computer or my camera would have been over there. No cake. No, we we got mangoes today. Amor, did you see my TikTok today?
Oh, yeah.
Shave my time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was muted. Did you guys hear me? Did you hear what I said? Probably not. Oh, okay. I'm actually gonna look at some of the comments you guys have sent on Discord. Okay. Screenshot of his comment section. Oh, I hadn't seen this. He said, so somebody said, Annie's looking for views. She's using that girl Yesenia and bullied Julia. Tags Julia. And then Angel said, she also bullied my friend La Guarita Candace. Of course they're friends. Of course they're friends. This makes sense. Okay, I hope you guys are behaving in Discord because we're going to go through the chat real quick. My friend Candace. I wonder if Candace considers him dangerous. Of course he claims we're friends. That man is for the views and clout. Okay, I'm going to come into the closed courtroom. You guys better behave. No. Oh, nothing. Wait, should we look at stickers? Oh, you guys are going to hell for these. God, please have my followers watch my hips. You guys, stop. I like this one. If I play this and this is some stupid shit. You guys are going to hell. Why would you? Wait, this one. I saw this one earlier. This one was funny. You guys are so done. Okay, bye. Never again. Bye. I hope you behaved on Discord. Aaliyah, thank you so much for following. If you're on Twitch and have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free to Twitch. In the comment section, Queen Venom, can you help us one more time with dropping instructions on how to subscribe? Oh, also, friend, I remember we were supposed to do the patron giveaway today, which we also didn't do. Did you see that they divorced her man? I didn't know they were ever married. I thought they were just engaged. Bye. I'm closing Discord. I was waiting for you to drop the link for a giveaway. Yeah, I didn't. Jelly reposted Angel's video. Of course she did. I saw that. Of course she did. Did we expect any less? What have I always told you guys? Anytime I have opinions on creators or fallouts, whatever, they always flock to each other. They're going to support whoever's anti-Annie, even if it don't make no fucking sense. Mind you, this is coming. Are we surprised Jelly reposted it? This is coming from the same creator that called us wetbacks. Yeah. He's trying to call you a Trump supporter in the comments. Yeah, I saw that. His followers came and said, oh, you must be a Trump supporter if you're defending this. No critical thinking skills. No. So being against people reporting people to ICE does not make me a Trump supporter. It actually makes me exactly what is an anti-Trump supporter. A true anti-Trump would not be helping ICE. That's just common sense. So the way he's trying to spin this has no logic. I'm calling him out for being a hypocrite. Now people are like, oh, but that's what Latinos for Trump deserve, blah, blah, blah. Those people have lost the plot. Lost the plot. I don't agree with weaponizing status against people related to Trump supporters. That makes no sense at all. That doesn't make me a Trump supporter. That makes me an actual anti-Trump. But some people, not even anti-Trump, because I'm not anti-Trump. I'm anti this hateful narrative against immigrants. People like Ankel have lost the fucking plot, and you're so anti-Trump that you're not actually pro-immigrant. So I'm pro-immigrant. I could be anti-Obama. I could be anti-Trump. Whoever is anti-immigrant, that's what I'm anti. Make sense? So me calling him out for supporting ICE is very much consistent with what I've been advocating for years. So because he hides behind the I hate Trump, people are okaying it, although he's helping Trump. He's helping ICE. It literally has no logic at all. But that's exactly what he did with the 44 whatever kid, right? If you blast anybody that supports Trump in the Latin community, oh, they're going to get trolled and hated on, right? So what Angel did in this little beef he has with the other dude, he strategized knowing that he has a predominantly Latino community that are anti-Trump. So he pointed his finger and said, that guy supports Trump. Why? So people would defend him and hate the other guy when he's no better. You're no different than a Trump supporter when you're helping Trump meet his goal. You're helping people deliver people to ICE. You're no different. So it is a far reach to label me a Trump supporter because I'm calling out his hypocrisy. And again, I think people like him are simply anti-Trump. They're not pro-immigrant. And if that's the case, that's cool. Say that. But then why are you making videos about the immigrants being murdered by ICE? You're not pro-immigrant. You're just anti-Trump. And there's that's important context for these people with brains the size of birds that are thinking they're supporting a creator that is for the community. No, he's not. He's just deeply lost in his political beliefs or whatever the fuck. He's so anti-Trump, full of so much hate that he would target innocent, vulnerable communities and create more division between the Hispanic community because he hates Trump that bad and anybody that supports him. So if you're helping ICE, in my book, you're helping Trump. So how does somebody that hates Trump so bad turn around and help Trump? Some logic? These people have none. Right, and you're reporting people that didn't vote for him, that don't have a voice to vote. And then you think that information is not being used to report other people that maybe aren't related to Trump supporters. That information is so harmful. So again, somebody that claims to hate Trump so bad is out here actively doing his job for him. Yeah, anybody helping keep ICE busy is part of you're part of it. You're Team Trump. What do you mean? That's why I thought it was ironic when I seen that video. He's like, oh, I blasted someone for being an ICE supporter. Bro, so are you. What do you mean? And that's why I said I think now is a good time to remind people what he went viral for not too long ago. The same person is now creating these videos about people being murdered by ICE when he told everybody how to deliver them to ICE. I'd be pissed if I had a family member who voted for that man, but I have no control over what they voted and I don't deserve to be reported. Exactly. Just because somebody voted for Trump doesn't mean their family members support Trump or deserve to be handed over to ICE. It's literally mob mentality. It's like somebody saying, we can fight racism with more racism. His whole idea of fight fire with fire is childish. It just creates more division in the community that's already in a country that's very much divided. And then there was another video he made that I didn't even include in my content today. But he made a video one time talking about, oh, deportations are a blessing and some stupid shit coming from a privileged dual citizen that has never experienced deportation. He's very critical of dreamers and immigrants and you guys are so dumb living in the US. You come here, do this. He has no relation. He can never relate. He has no experiences. It doesn't affect him. So it's very easy for him to criticize people for not wanting to come back when he can hop the border back and forth. It's Mexican Americans like him that carry themselves with an eliteness, like they're better. Mind you, he's only a citizen because of luck. He's naturalized. So somebody on his side of the family went through the process for him. And Trump stopped a temporary pause on most vehicles stopped by ICE. Yeah. He doesn't realize he's weaponizing. He does. He just doesn't care. He doesn't care because he's not actually out here trying to advocate for this. He's just out here for his pockets. With his logic, if any of the recent immigrants that were harmed had family that was LFT, then it was justified. And that is a stupid way of thinking. Exactly. And that's why I mentioned it in my video. And I posted the picture of the two people he made a video about, right? The two people recently murdered by ICE, two working fathers. Would it make any difference if they were related to Trump supporters? They didn't vote. Would we justify them being murdered by ICE because their family member voted for Trump? No. Well, no sane person would. That's what the logic is stupid. There is none. Oh, he has a blue page. I helped him launch it. I was his OF coach. That's why I said it's rich. The last year, hearing him talk shit when I personally helped him many times with different things. And it's always that. If you ever see a content creator talking shit about me, Rich Boy, Olga, Mini Papi, Carlos, every content creator that has badmouthed me at one point came to me for help and I gave it to them. So that's why I didn't pay no mind to him for the last year. I'm like, he's stupid. I know what it was. I know what it was privately. He's just butthurt because I cut him off. And that seems to be the trend, the common pattern that I have with these content creators that will get on here and say, Annie's drama, Annie's this. But at one point, they took my help for something. And me being dramatic wasn't a problem then. Me being A, B, C, or D wasn't a problem then when they were benefiting from my collaboration, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? They were benefiting from their interactions with me. And then something, and the common thing is that I stepped away from them, had some boundaries, and now Annie's a problem. Every single one of them, even Jelly. Every creator in the last year or two that has had negative things to say about me, I helped at one point. And it was always one way. They never helped me, never did shit for me. It was always the other way. It was a one-way type of help. And they're all ungrateful fucks, and they turn around with similar comments because I said no more. That is the pattern. So when they say Annie's problematic, no, I just don't let people walk all over me. And when I cut them off, they always get butthurt. That's the common pattern. Yep. And you'll see all of them come out and be like, oh yeah, Annie's this, Annie's that. Because she's always in drama. No, I just always have an opinion on people's opinion of me. Why wouldn't I? Go on Patterson right now and claim the winning. I don't know what Patterson is, Brenda. He's another Mario Lopez. Isn't he like a huge Trump supporter? Or what's his name? The vice president? It's not JD Vance. Marco Rubio. What you teach him for OF? Probably everything. I helped him launch it. He hadn't even launched. He literally came to me and he said, everybody keeps asking me, what do you think? And I said, go for it. Do this, do that. He asked me how to charge. He sent me samples of what he was posting. Yeah. He asked me just basic stuff. I was literally mentoring him on his Blue page. He said he was making great money, this and that. I helped him launch it. And I encouraged him to. I said, fuck it, get your money. And he was always getting beef for it, right? He was getting a lot of shit. He got a lot of criticism for doing OnlyFans. So I wasn't problematic then, right? I wasn't problematic then when he was hitting me up for relationship advice, for how to drop OnlyFans, for how to do this, for how to do that. I wasn't problematic when he was getting, under fire for that ICE video, and he specifically came to me. So it's just funny to me. And it boils down to that. They don't like women that talk back, that have opinions. And again, you can read a lot of that with the phone call he posted of that girl. A lot of red flags. Not every employer or coworker is a friend or team player, is my answer to, but yeah. That's why I think it's weird that he tells people we were friends. I try to be her friend. We weren't friends. You came to me for advice, yes. It was a one-way thing. Ask him if I ever went to him for advice. No. So no, we weren't friends. We were just mutuals. And I do think it's weird that he would confide in somebody he's never met for relationship advice. But nonetheless, I gave it to him. And I didn't blast those, very personal messages. And if this was about burning him and being dramatic, trust me, there's a lot more receipts to expose. But just simply proving my point and clearing that bullshit comments he made today about, oh, we were friends, but she's just a very problematic woman and I had to step away from her and I don't want her in my circle. No, we're gonna clear that with receipts, and the receipts speak for themselves. There's this big page that asked me for that video of him about ICE, that I keep refreshing to see if they're gonna make a video on him.
Guys, so I just spoke to Kenny.
Anyway, that phone call said a lot. The fact he actually posted it is very telling. And the fact he doesn't think it was alarming or that it gives any red flags is actually crazy. Did you charge him for consultation services? No, Green Shell, I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. I also didn't charge Olga. I didn't charge any of them. That's what I mean. Like, I genuinely just help these fucking people that reach out to me for help. And then I somehow end up the bad guy later on. Cool. Cool. What I should be getting is paid, not some shit talking. I'm sorry, but they're ungrateful fucks. I get some weird comments on Kick. Many of our people have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Money status make them not see ingrained racism in this country. Yeah. Yep. Amor, can you believe I was supposed to get my chair today and they still haven't gotten here?
What?
My chair.
Um,
No ha llegado.
maybe tomorrow?
No, I want it today. Dice que llega hoy. Maybe late.
Probably.
Es que a veces llegan como a las midnight.
Fuck.
No me gusta cuando hacen eso. No, likey. Tu envías retrasado. No, ese no. Anyway, can't put politics aside because it's not about political views. It's about your character as a person. Yes. Franda, shout out to Young Kick. He actually moved back to the US. Good for him, I guess. No, we have had Amazon packages arrive at like 11:45 at night. No, I don't like it either, but sometimes I don't know why they do that. Me va a llegar a las 11:59 probably. And mind you, I've been sat all day waiting for the stupid package. I haven't wanted to leave. If it doesn't come tomorrow, I'm just gonna take the L and why is his every response, she used to be my friend? Shut up. That's got to be rage bait, right? That's right. He's rage baiting me. Hold on, I got to show you this. We've all been waiting for this damn chair. No, seriously. Forever. Okay, look. This is actually kind of weird. Why is his every response? She used to be my friend, bro. She used to be my friend. We were never friends. It's weird. I'm convinced, based on what I know about him, because I've had private conversations with him and the nature of his content, he very much likes to get reactions out of people. Very much so. And I know he says and does things purposely to piss people off. I know he makes like false, like content that's not real just for people to engage with him. And I'm convinced that's 100% what he's doing with this. 100% Delulu, because we were never friends. I can see why he would feel that he was my friend, because he came to me for help and advice. He came to me for relationship advice, personal things. I can see why he would feel like maybe, but it was a one-sided friendship. I wouldn't consider that a friend because we never met. We never hung out. We were just mutual content creators, you know? I wouldn't call that a friendship. He said in his live that most of his friends are women. I wonder why. You're always quick to let him know that now we ain't friends. Because, sorry, but yeah, my boundaries are very firm. No, and that alludes to that, like, he knows me on a certain level, or maybe he spent time with me, or maybe, you know, yeah, bro, I was her friend. No, you weren't. You were never in my life like that. Never had access to me like that. You literally responded to my DMs and you asked me for advice here and there. That's it, bro. Ask him what he knows about my personal life. Absolutely nothing. Because we were not friends. Just like Jelly threw a fit. Just like Jelly still melted down about the fact we weren't friends. We're content creators, mutuals, if you will. You were his friends, but he just was never your friend. I would say I was more of a mentor. I'm a nice person. When people come to me for help, I'm very giving. I'm very sympathetic. If there's anything I can give to people, like, for sure. And I don't expect anything back. But also that doesn't mean I'm going to be someone's punching bag at the end of it. And I think that's truly what pisses people off is I really think I'm really nice. I'm really nice. I'm very approachable. I'm very giving. I don't expect anything back. Never even spoken on this dude, right? But it gets to a point. It gets to a point where I'm like, you ungrateful fuck. You ungrateful fuck. And enough is enough. And then people have a problem with it. And this is a pattern for me. And I realize I may be part of the problem where I'm too nice. This is what happened with chanclas. You give and you give and you give. And then when you finally say no more, people lose their shit. He wasn't invited to the yacht party. No, he wasn't. He wasn't because we're not cool. We're not friends like that. And honestly, he's weird. Like he's young. I think he's young. I have personal opinions on him that I never shared with him. No, he's not someone I would ever kick it with or be actually friends with or be sitting at the same table with. He was just somebody, like, I have conversations with a lot of people on social media. It's not that deep. I respond to people. I engage in the comment section. That does not mean we're friends. Did we not just have this conversation 2 days ago when I told you guys we are not friends either? My boundaries are very firm, okay? And that seems to make a lot of people uncomfortable. You can't ever be nice to men because they automatically assume they are more than they actually are, especially men like that. Yes. Entitlement. He's a sociopathic, narcissist, homophobic, hating his own sexuality. Yeah, I do agree. He is fighting demons on his sexuality 100%. He's very homophobic. You network. But I don't. I try not to anymore. Look at how much drama network. The fact that I networked last year, I'm still seeing the fruits of that labor and not in a good way. You won't see me networking anymore. You won't see me collabing because drama. He had a parasocial relationship with me. Facts. What? I already told my family about our friendship. That sounds like a personal thing to me, bestie. You're free. You're free to, if you want to tell people we're friends, absolutely. You guys tell people I know her, I talk to her, I buy with her, I fucks with her. But I'm going to just let you know it's going to be one way thing. I don't tell people these are my friends. I mean, I do say like we're besties, we kick it, we do live streams, we hee-haw, but my definition of friendship is a lot deeper maybe than most people. I just don't go around claiming anybody and everybody is my friend. Acquaintances, not friends, yes. Oh yeah, otra que moved back to the US is Raquel. Can we talk about her? Look, we just chismeando about everybody today. Baby, Raquel went back to Texas.
Second portal.
One time we saw her at fucking La Comer. Yeah, we saw her at La Comer one time, and Harry recognizes her from TikTok. Anyway, I saw that. Does anybody have the video? Can we watch it together? You know, and this is why I was never a fan of her story when we were doing the PV group. This is why multiple people were hesitant about her. She came to PV, one, with privilege, two, to exploit the cost of living, thinking that it was going to be cheaper here, thinking that she was going to blow up on social media and that she was going to live this glamorized life on USD, going to Starbucks and La Comer. Yes, she did. Reality check hit, and it looks like she moved back. Yeah, I saw a little bit of the clips on Discord, and I had no idea, but I kind of think that's funny. Yeah, I think it's a good representation of, one, the privilege that we were highlighting when she wanted to form part of our stories of, you know, people that had been displaced by immigration policies or by being some type of minority, that she just didn't really fit, right? It looks like she flopped. She flopped and had the privilege to go back. Congrats. But I did see something that bothered. Should we watch it? Let's watch it because I have things to say. Green Shell showed me that she said some shit about they moved back because PV wasn't family friendly. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think she moved back because they ran out of savings. Because they had the idea, like a lot of foreigners, that Mexico's cheap, and they came to one of the most expensive places and quickly realized it wasn't gonna hit. What is her name again? What did she is she Raquel in Texas now? Someone hit me with their tag real quick. It can't be Raquel and Vallarta. Oh, it's Life with Raquel. It used to be Life in Vallarta with Raquel or PV. Wasn't she helping people find fucking apartments and shit? Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, here we go. Let's make it a little bigger. So she rebranded. She went from Raquel and PV to Life with Raquel. All right. So her caption is preparing for when Netflix releases a documentary on people who fell for the trend Life in Mexico and are back in the US. That's actually really perfect. She moved here because it was trendy. She's part of the people that were looking into TikTok, into the hashtag Life in Mexico and the glamorization, and thought she would make it too. And they flopped. Mind you, with the privilege of dual citizenship, and they still fucking flopped.
I never thought I'd be making this video, but after living in Mexico for a little over a year, we decided to move back to the United States. I know. The biggest question is why? And it's not because we hated Mexico. Puerto Vallarta is beautiful, and we really enjoyed the year that we lived there, and we made so many memories, and Puerto Vallarta will forever hold a special place in our hearts. But we decided that it was time for us to move back. The biggest reason was our son. Our son missed everything about the United States. He missed the family, he missed his routine, the food, everything, because keep in mind that this is all he knew. It took us a very long time for us to realize that Puerto Vallarta isn't really kid friendly. Like, there's not a lot of things for kids 6 years and under.
Does she know that we have chicken nuggets and PB? And chicken fingers and pizza? PV not being kid friendly is crazy, because I feel like PV is very family friendly. Very. You know what it's giving? Too ashamed to admit that they couldn't financially sustain their lives in PV.
To do other than maybe the beach and a little activity here and there. So that's why we decided that it was best for us to come back home. We've been here for a little over 3 weeks, and we are super happy, and definitely was the best decision for our family. We love seeing our son happy and smiling and thriving in every way, and we're just excited to be back. But yes, we are grateful that we were able to experience life in Mexico for a year, and that we made the memories that we did. I never thought I'd be making.
It's giving, I'm going to sugarcoat why we had to come back and blame it on my son that they didn't have chicken nuggets and there just wasn't anything for him to do over there. Were you socializing? Were you integrating? Were you? It sounds like you couldn't adapt. It sounds like you had a hard time adapting. Wasn't she like showing, did she delete all the videos where she was showing apartments in PV? Obviously, I'm assuming that was also trying to make some money. So if you read between the lines, you can tell this is a story of somebody that flopped. Somebody that flopped, doesn't want to admit it. So we're going to use the kid as an excuse. But this right here tells you she moved here because it was trendy, right? And we had conversations with her. I think she was shocked at the cost of living. too many people looking into TikTok and thinking that everyone's going to make it, everyone's going to blow up. And she very much aspired to be a content creator doing the Life in Mexico trend. That's why you saw her at Starbucks replicating my videos. You saw her at La Comer. I couldn't help but notice that a lot of her content of Life in Mexico was mirroring what I had done in PV for the last few years. She didn't make it. So they moved back. Can we make an accountability trend? But yeah, saying that PV is not kid friendly is crazy, especially compared to other cities. You could have moved to Guadalajara, to the Mexico. Blaming PV is crazy, and we do have chicken nuggets, okay? Also, isn't her son like 5 or 6? It just sounds like they didn't want to adapt. Can Jelly tell her not to wear the jersey? When Jelly sees that I covered this, she'll probably make a video defending her. And telling her she's clear to wear the jersey. That's why it didn't work. She saw the U.S. as home. Yeah. Bessie, thank you so much for the gifts. Easy to blame the kid and just say, oh, my child. The kids will adapt, especially at that age. Kids adapt. But, you know, I had a consultation tonight about something similar. You know, a lot of U.S. citizens that then obtain their dual citizenship are looking at this trend. It very much became trendy to move to Mexico last year. And I think it still is, right? A lot of people looking in at content and seeing people making it out here and think, oh, I could do it too. All I got to do is get on TikTok and blow up, and then I can live off of TikTok. I do feel like a lot of it. She actually told me that my content inspired her. She used to be a huge fan of mine, super fangirling when she met me. And she told me that, you know, she used to watch all my videos. She couldn't believe she was meeting me. She was very inspired by my content to move here, and that she had moved here because of my content. And I mean, yeah, my life is good, but I think a lot of people don't give credit to the work that it took to get here. And no, you don't just move here and like everything falls into place right away. It takes a lot of work and consistency and commitment. People like her that come here and are still on the fence, you know, we're not fully here. And again, they keep plan B in the back of their mind. Well, we can go back if it flops, which love that you have that option. But they don't accurately represent what a move to Mexico looks like. They don't relate to people facing deportation, which is when she wanted to be part of the YouTube series that we were going to launch about deportation stories and, you know, other U.S. citizens that had moved down here being part of minorities. She just didn't fit. And she made a lot of tone deaf comments in front of people like me and Cisco that obviously can't return to the U.S., complaining about like the AC and just like stupid shit, right? Mind you, she had family here. She had her kids, she had her husband. She was privileged. She was privileged, and her story did not intertwine with ours. We're privileged to be dual citizens and come and go. But if it were up to me, cost of living is better in Mexicali than here in the U.S. Yeah. I do think also a lot of people move here thinking that it's going to be cheaper. And places like PV are not any cheaper than some major cities in the U.S. I don't know what the cost of living is like in Texas, but, you know, for someone that was renting and all the shit that they were doing, like, it's probably equal to some cities in the United States. Deported people have to make it work. Choosing to live in Mexico with dual citizenship, always have a backup plan. I talked to somebody tonight in one of my consultations. You know, they were looking for advice, for a pep talk into making the move down here. And that's one of the things that I touched on, that, you know, your experience is very different than somebody like me, for me to be able to give you advice, because you're making this move with a lack of commitment and knowing that if it doesn't work, you can go back, right? He had already tried. He came, got scared, left, and he wants to come back. And I said, if you're going to make the move, you need the commitment to make it work regardless, and stop keeping that as a plan B like most people do. And that's why you guys flop. People like Raquel, that's why they flop, because they move here with that in the back of the mind. Okay, if it doesn't work, I'll just go back. If you move here with the commitment that I'm going to make it work, I'm going to deal with the struggles, the challenges, and adapt, you can make it work. But if you're coming down here with a 1 foot here, 1 foot there, they're always going to return. They're always going to return because it's hard. People don't realize how hard it is out here. And they see these romanticized stories of life in Mexico, not really understanding the work that it takes to have a decent life in Mexico. And these stories that you see on social media, mine, Candace's, they're not realistic. Unless you're willing to sell ass on the blue page, like you're probably not going to have the same type of lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm always very transparent. This is what I do to make a living. Okay. Not everybody's going to do, like, I have a privilege that most people don't have. I have advantages that other people are not going to have. And no, not everybody's going to come out here and take off like Annie. And these are the same people looking into these stories for inspiration to move, like Raquel, and then they come and flop. Because they're looking at stories that are not realistic for them. They're not the norm. And most people, and I'm going to offend some people with this, don't have what it fucking takes to make it out here, like Raquel. Like people that end up bouncing back. They don't want to struggle, right? They're American citizens that are used to having it easy. And they don't have it in them to make it work. They don't want to face the struggles. It's too hard. They don't have chicken nuggets. There's nothing to do. I don't know. I don't like this. That's very much the American mentality that wins every time. That's why they end up going back. The only one that hasn't adapted is Diego after. I was just reading a comment, okay? Yeah, they don't want to work. They don't want to struggle. They just want to come here and have life on the beach and go to Starbucks and La Comer and everything that we see people like Annie do, but it's not realistic. You got to start at the bottom. You got to start at the bottom. I remember her saying like, oh, I can't wait to live in this certain neighborhood, one of the most expensive neighborhoods in PV. She never made it, right? Oh, I can't wait to live in she never made it because you got to work your way up there. You don't just move and start in one of the most expensive places, especially when you haven't established yourself. And Olga, same shit. That's what happened to Olga. She thought she was going to come down to PV and it was going to be great. She probably had expectations to have a similar lifestyle. When she saw how hard it was, she dipped. They don't want to struggle. They don't want to put in the work. They just want it handed to them. I moved to PV and loved it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. And did he share his story of self-deporting? Who? Not everyone will make it work. They want the vacation life without working. Yep. Love your setup. Thank you. All the comforts. Yeah. Most Americans will not make it. And that's just facts because most Americans are used to the easy way of life in the US. And although there are plenty of opportunities down here, you got to dig for them. It's not like in the US where you can get online and find and go job hunting online. You see what I'm saying? You got to like look at Raquel. She was out there like in the hotness showing apartments and trying to probably get commissions and didn't work out. I can tell you PV is not cheaper. PV is so expensive. It's got to be one of the more expensive cities in current day. Yes, because they see the false narrative that Candelier puts out and they think it's easy. That you can just come, get on social media, blow up, or just come, get on social media, drop a GoFundMe, and you're going to have it figured out. And that's why, I made some of those videos last year because I'm like, dude, this is so harmful to people. Because mind you, in that case, it was just Raquel, right? And she could flop back over, but not flop, but she could go back. But some of these people looking in are people that can't go back. Looking into pages like Candace, taking their inspiration from there and thinking they're going to make it too like Candace. And they're not. They're not. One of her comments said, at least you met Annie. Well, I'm sure she was disappointed. I lost a fan. That's why they tell you should never meet your heroes.
At Zork_the_doc_1 has just tipped $10 through Super Chat. Everyone is claiming you misrepresented Angel, but he literally doubled down in his response video. He wants entire families supported over how one person voted. Collective.
Yes, thank you so much for your tip. Yeah, no, I didn't misrepresent him. I said what I said. He just doesn't want the lash, the backlash of what his real message is. They're trying to justify it, say he doesn't support ICE. He said this to punish Latinos for Trump. Okay, how does he not support ICE if he's helping ICE find if he's teaching people how to deliver people to ICE. No, I didn't misrepresent him. He supports ICE. And he doubled down today and said he stands by what he said, despite him seeing that people are being murdered by ICE. And he played it back and said, I stand by this. Here's a number where you should report people. He's doing ICE's job for them. He's creating content, getting paid, teaching people how to report others to ICE. It doesn't matter if they're related to Trump. They didn't vote for Trump. They're not Trump supporters. So he is in favor of separating families, in favor of handing people to ICE, knowing that they're murdering people on the streets, because that's how much he hates Trump. He's anti-Trump, but he's not pro-immigrant. I had some childhood friends back in the day got in trouble with drugs, and during Obama, they got booted. The entire family was so ashamed that they wouldn't tell anyone. Things changed today. Yeah. Was Candelaria's MBA ever found? No. You can't find something that doesn't exist. And if I'm wrong, well, correct me. I'll backtrack if she shows an MBA, but until then, I sound when I said that bitch don't got no MBA. He gave ICE information that was not cool. He's helping Trump. How is he going to say he hates Trump and then turn around and help him? Trump's end goal is to round up all these illegals, right? All these undocumented migrants. Angel got on here and back a year or so ago and then doubled down today and gave people the exact number, encouraged them and told them, this is how you can send people to ICE. I don't care how you're justifying it. He did that. He's helping ICE. He's supporting ICE more than that dude that supposedly he pointed his finger at the 44 other kid because he follows ICE. Okay, well, you send people to ICE. So who's worse? You or the other kid? Emily, good night, besties. Good night, Yesenia. Ask Carlos, how are you? Why? Criminal, remember. You know, people like Angel that are hopping back and forth, that move to Mexico, they always have interesting criminal records in the United States. They always have interesting things. Why do you think they leave? I'm willing to bet if I run a check on a certain somebody, I'm going to find something. All I'm saying is he talks a lot of shit for someone that moves the way that he does. I'm calling out. If I run a check, if I do a whiteboard, do you think I'm not going to find something? We all have a story when we end up in Mexico, even U.S. citizens that come move here. One of the first, conversation starters anytime you meet an English speaker is what brought you here? And we all have a story. And the majority of them always have something on the record. Trump has a quota and Angel is helping him with that number. Exactly. For as much as you hate Trump, you're helping him. That's why it makes no fucking sense when he's like, oh, I'm just anti-Trump. He's just anti-Trump. No, he's helping him. Hey, that's what I said. He's in the same boat as Latinos for Trump. Ask him why he hates Trump. Why does he hate Trump so bad? I'm just assuming here it's going to be because of how hateful he is. Why do most of us hate Trump? Why do most of us denounce him that are Latinos? Because of Trump's hate towards Latinos, right? Which includes targeting families, separating them, murdering them. Does he hate Trump for anything else? Because he's taxing the rich or whatever the fuck? Maybe, who knows? Maybe, has anyone ever asked him why he hates Trump so bad? It's not because he's pro-immigrant. It's not because he doesn't hate Trump out of his love for immigrants. Otherwise, he would never teach people how to report them to ICE. And the majority of people that follow him because he's against Trump and they think that he's for Latinos. No, he's not. He's anti-Trump. That doesn't mean he's for Latinos. That doesn't mean he's pro-migrant. But people like him have lost the plot. His entire fan base have lost the plot. If you justify reporting innocent people to ICE just to punish people that voted for somebody that you don't like politically. And that's what you could label as true hate. You know, he had a chance too to do some damage control and say, you know what, yeah, I made that statement before I saw what ICE was going to do, because yeah, he made that statement shortly after elections. Were any of us prepared for what ICE has actually been doing? No, I don't think any of us saw it coming. I don't think any of us expected that ICE would be murdering people in the streets, right? Much less U.S. citizens. So for him to double down today and say, I meant it, and keep doing it, here's a number, wild work. Wild work. If I was him, I would have had a different take. Especially when I'm in the middle of this, especially when I'm in the middle of already fighting these crazy allegations. I would have, you know what, yeah, I said that because I was mad. But now that I've seen what ICE is doing, because I didn't know back then, no, let's not do that. No, I don't condone it. Double down. Double down knowing ICE is murdering people. Double down after he shared the story of people that have been murdered by ICE. So you know what? Yeah, send them to ICE. Crazy work. It's just like justifying working for ICE because of the $50K when you sign up. Yeah. I was fighting for you in his IG comments. He deletes them. He's typical content creator that only leaves comments that are agreeing with him. If you go to my comment section, the only comment I deleted was his off of my Instagram post because I saw exactly what he was doing. Oh, reply coming soon. So people on my platform, that some of them probably have never even heard of him, will go look for him, wait for his response, engage, and he gets paid off of that, right? That's why I deleted his 2 comments. And because I have no interest in engaging with him publicly. My content was not for him. It's about him. That doesn't mean we're going to go back and forth. You know, so and I think it's funny how much validation he looks to the comments for. Look, most of the people in the comment section are agreeing with me. Look, even people in her video are saying, yeah, it's an open space for people to have their opinions, but that's not going to dissuade me from sticking to mine. People like him are so weak in the knees that they look publicly to validation. And I'm not. I am unpopular opinion. I actually don't care to fight that Annie is so problematic. Give me some more problems. Let's double down. Una rayita más al tigre. And that's actually what bothers people like him, because they need that validation from their social. That's why they delete comments. I'm not deleting the comments. Let people have their opinions. I made the video. It's open for discussion. But yeah, his comment section is filtered. He's deleting and blocking. I haven't blocked anybody over it except for him on Instagram. He wasn't deleting the comments fast enough, yeah. Oh, she was my friend, and yeah, that's why I dropped part 3. Let's clear this up. We were never friends. I'm lost. I don't know who Angel is. Somebody said Bam Bam. Let me look at Bam Bam. Validation is for parking, not people. I like that one. Well, I will say it's a very controversial topic. There's tons of engagement on these videos. When people are like, she just wants the clout. Okay. And if I did, run me my money, run me my comments. But I think it's irritating to me that for the entire year that he's been sneak dissing me, I've never seen anybody call him out. You just want her to fight with you. You just want her clout. Mind you, compare her numbers. Don't need his clout. Don't, in fact, been avoiding him for an entire year. But now that I have opinions, oh, you just want clout. I get it regardless. Whether I want it or not, it finds me. Mr. DRG4
has purchased a membership. Do you think you can turn on your CC option?
I actually don't know how. I think that's something that you can, well, I know on the replay you can turn it on. I don't know how, if I'm being honest with you. Have a send feedback, channel 11 settings. I'll look into it for the next site for sure. But I think that's only available on like the replays. Because how would it be able to transcribe everything I'm saying live, you know? Anyway, a lot of sexism in his comments. Like, she's a dramatic broad. Meanwhile, these men are creating the most drama. He is the drama. Look at the drama he's in right now. The man is currently fighting SA allegations. Are you going to tell me I'm the problem? Oh, okay. Again, it's men that do not like women that have opinions. Absolutely. A lot of machismo and sexism. And it's easy to chalk it up to, oh, she's just problematic. Oh, problematic women are the ones that always made history. And they were never liked. They're usually prosecuted, locked up. Society never agreed with them. So it's the norm. He is definitely not everyone's cup of tea at all. Not gonna lie, he's a little fruity. I'm telling you, my gay radar is never off. That man is bisexual. And I'm not the only person without opinion, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. Mind you, I've had private conversations with him. He shared some of his OF content with me when he was launching it. That man is bisexual. And it's okay. But he's also homophobic because he's fighting some demons with his sexuality. That's why I thought it was funny that part of his problem right now is that other people have pointed it out, and he's, I don't know, well, people are so part of me being the LGBT. None of you are, and that's okay. It's okay. Your new setup. I'm glad you like it. It's finally coming together. The little strawberry fruit and fresita. Good night, bestie. What time is it? 10. Oh, I love how she went into every platform and said good night. Definitely deflecting. Yes, and there's some stuff privately. There's some private interactions of his that wouldn't miss the mark. But again, the only receipts I felt the need to pull were to clear up some of the comments he's making about, oh, we were friends, I had to step away from her. That's not how it went down. Context matters. Please don't lie on me publicly and then get mad that I pull receipts. It's all podcast set up. I love it. It's vibey, no? You do realize you're advocating for Latinos for Trump. Oh, people. Some of you are so anti-Trump. You're not actually pro-immigrants. Today was fun, guys. Oh, and then Taylor Frankie Paul. Are there updates to TFP? It was a busy day on TikTok. I get nervous every time you touch the mic, but at least this time, I feel like last time it was easier when it was over here. She's a streamer or whatever. For some reason, I didn't get the notifications live. Make sure you join our Discord. Discord sends you notifications for all my lives and all my posts. I'll go ahead and drop Discord again into the chat. For those of you that haven't joined, I think it's one of my favorite features are the notifications. It's not clicking to them, Steven. And I wouldn't expect it to, because the people that are seeing the video are his fan base, right? Right now, he's trendy. He's trendy for this beef with the Vato guy. And most people are siding with Angel because I don't know what the Vato guy did to piss everybody off. But I think it's also rooted in the fact that Angel pointed him out for being a Trumper, right? So most people are batting for Angel. So I think because of the timing of my video, most of the people viewing the video are his fans that are swinging for him regardless and are interpreting this as a defense for the other dude, which I don't even fucking know him. I don't care. I don't care about their beef. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy. Also, anytime it's Annie with the message, they're going to shoot this shit down quickly because Annie is so dramatic. Annie has drama with everybody. Annie, right? I appreciate you investing in having a space visually pleasing to our eye rather than the closet. Oh, I love that. Thanks for the acknowledgement. You deserve more from me. Okay, all those super chats are in my background right now. So there's definitely been a lot of investment into my space, but it's with the idea to create some longevity, update the quality of audio, sound. There's been a lot of hours put into all this setup, but with the end goal to create a space for you guys, especially for my paid subscribers that are supporting my streams and making this possible. This is for you. Okay, my new mic for you. All of you complaining about me with the other mic, this one's for you. Lights for you. Third monitor for you. Men have controversial opinions. They get statuses made after their death. Women have controversial opinions. They are drama and problematic. Typical. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like when people are like, she's so problematic, that's society. That is the way society is used to responding to women that don't conform, that talk back, that speak out, and that challenge things, and especially when they're holding men accountable. I said it a long time ago. Two people society hates to see held accountable: men and white people. And I'm always pushing back on both of those. I agree with GRC at times. So don't care to align with any of her haters or supporters. Okay. Cool, Gilbert. Thanks. Mic is crisp and clear. Do you guys feel a different? And it's gonna get better. But do you guys see a difference from the other mic? It's gonna get better because I'm gonna get an XLR cord, which dramatically increases the quality of it as well. I just thought it was gonna come with the adapter, but it didn't. Gilbert's so random, huh? Like, okay, cool. Thanks, Gilbert. Sometimes I don't even have to see those comments. But he's always very respectful, so I like that. I think sometimes you just gotta te acostumbras a Gilbert, no? You gotta get used to his engagement. Bermuda, stop it. Stop it. I actually always enjoy seeing his engagement. It gives you a different POV for sure. And like I said, I think he always comes off respectful. All right, guys, are we gonna segue or are we gonna wrap up? Do you guys like my banner? Oh, maybe up here? Is it better up here? Yeah, huh? I heard an old veterano talking when I read Gilbert's comments, rough and too serious. Yes. It's way better. My audio is? Okay, that's good. Hashtag we love Gilbert. And he's always in here too. Like sometimes I see him I think I see him in my comment section too. Let me look at the channel activity. Yeah. He does. He's active, okay? Not too much on Gilbert, please. God, the damn chair. That's right. It's 10. Something tells me que no va a llegar today. I want to unbox a chair. It still just says, okay, they sent me que está retrasado. Oh, it's coming from DHL? Why didn't they say so? Copy. Oh, no, wait. It's coming from Paquete Express. Yeah, Chair's not getting here today. Womp, womp, womp. Maybe tomorrow. Other track shipment. Oh, FedEx? No, Paquete Express. Might probably just go end up picking it up tomorrow. Okay, it says. I know exactly where it is. It's documented. I'm probably just gonna go pick it up tomorrow early. Good night, everyone. Bye, Uncle Penguin. Are you gonna get a walking pad? I haven't bought a walking pad, but I did get the mat, the standing mat that somebody recommended a few lives ago. It was like $70, but she swore up and down it was a good investment, so I did buy it. I prefer the banner on top. I think it looks better over there, no? Does anyone know where Torta is? In Texas? I wanted, I haven't watched her lives. Did she give us anything? I think the last live she did, we already did a watch party. Discord? Cassin. A lot of new joins. Welcome. We're up to... Oh, I can't see my count right now. Hopefully home fasting. Annie, ¿qué opinas la demanda que va a meter Ashley Trevino for cyberbullying? I actually haven't heard about it. Fill us in real quick. Can I watch Mom, can I watch? She's buying them like Licky told her to. Okay, where is Tortellini? I know she let out a huge like sigh when she saw me calling out Angel today. I think she's been MIA. Has she? Didn't she have a live scheduled on the day of the hearing in the evening? Did she ever do one? Her last live says I need coffee. And I think she did it early in the morning. Wait, we haven't watched it actually.
Hey, you have to eat down with the private video. No, because for a while they all got BBO served ceviche. And that's cool.
If any of you guys have watched it, give us cliff notes because I'm not watching a 2-hour replay. Stop asking for kiwis. You're gonna make me sad. Don't remind me, okay? Did we get an update about Wednesday's court date? It's been rescheduled to September. So I guess we got to drag out the series at least until the end. I'm still waiting for the police reports from APD. Should we check on them really quick? Oh, thank you so much, Nat Pierce. She just gifted some subs on Twitch. All right, let's check in with APD. I think the next big update we'll probably have for the Torta series is the records. And the fact that they're taking a minute could be a good or bad sign. But I can tell you that records exist. And the last time they reached out to me, maybe I should call. Tomorrow, let's call, okay? I'm going to call tomorrow and just kind of poke them And I think that's the next big update we'll have on the Torta series, because we're not getting an update on the court hearing for quite some time. It's gonna be a peaceful, quiet summer. All right, let me see. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. I last responded. They followed up with me June 29th just to clarify the date ranges that I needed. And I responded right away. And it's been 2.5 weeks. I'm going to call tomorrow. But I can only assume there's multiple reports, because they have to go through each report. Just like when we got Candace's. How long did it take them to go through one report and to make the necessary redactions? And mind you, I didn't just ask for police reports. I asked for body cam footage, dash cam, and the 911 call. So it's a big request, which is why I did it for a 4-year time period, and I wanted to extend it till before, but I knew that would also make it take longer, because they have to go through all of those. It's a lot of, I guess, content or files to go through. Just like they went through Candace's, and I know it's a different state, but it's a similar process where they have to go through the police report, make any necessary redactions. They have to listen to the call, make any necessary redactions. They have to watch the body cam footage if there is some, make any necessary redactions. And then when it's finally available for release, let me know, I pay, and yada, yada, yada. But it's a lot of work, and it's a 4-year time period. So when they reached out to me and they asked me to confirm the dates, that tells me that there are records there, and multiple records, and they go far back. Must be a heavy file. Yeah. Yesterday, girlies were asking on Yesenia's live where she was and where was her kid. I think, right, that's a very silly question to ask, especially given the circumstances. Queen Venom, thank you for always helping me with helping people how to subscribe to Twitch through their Amazon Prime account. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe to my Twitch for free. Queen Venom has just dropped the instructions in the chat, how to link your Amazon Prime account and get a free subscription. Will it be a nice surprise once we see the chair? I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's just I got like the high chair, you know? It's supposed to be ergonomic, but the whole point of the desk is to encourage standing. And I've done a ton of standing, and I'm tired. That's why I wanted to get here. The articulation and framing is what has my interest with GRC, not the cheesement. Everyone has cheesement in regular life. In my life, it comes to me. I don't seek it, but things here reflect on others' lives. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing, Gilbert. Every time Gilbert makes a comment, I just want to say thanks for sharing with the class. So yeah, that's good. That will be, I think, the next big update on Tortellini will be her police reports. And I'm going to call tomorrow, though. Because it's been... So it says if you're requesting body cam footage, dash cam, or other related records, your request could take up to 30 days. The original report was filed on June 22nd. So they're still within their 30-day time frame. Maybe we just need to be patient, but I'm gonna still call tomorrow. Say it louder for the people in the back, Gilbert. Yes. Okay, so tomorrow's Friday, yes? Ouch. We do have a live scheduled at 5 tomorrow. So I will structure another episode for tomorrow. Maybe I want to do another green card file episode. Or a continuation. I just feel like the green card episode that we did missed a lot of marks. A ver, Jennifer, it's super hot, humid, and rain season. Yeah, it's unbearable right now. I worked in medical records and had to redact fee. July, I guess no break for you and Jacoby. She got a little commercial break today. I'll probably do some vlogs tomorrow too on my new setup. She's really gonna blame me for her finances now. I mean, nothing will compare to the original green card file stream. That was a good episode. It was. I'm still mad at her for having that one taken down. That was a good one, and I don't have no backups. And also the one where we covered the live stream. The live stream we were doing when she got served. That one was also epic, and I don't have a backup of it anywhere. The trolling was it was just different when we did it on the live, right? Like the live reaction. And I remember the first part of the live, I was just bullshitting. I was bullshitting trying to buy time. So it appeared to be just a random, like, you know, pointless live. And in the middle of it is when I finally was able to tell you guys. And then we watched the replay. That shit was epic, okay? That will forever go down in our live history. That one and many instances in the Candace files. Oh, I know she hated us that day. In fact, I am certain she's going to bring that up in her defense. She's going to try to. I'm certain she's going to try to make Yesenia responsible for that, the way she was served and all that shit. I got the Twitch partnership like the day after those videos got flagged. And I'll be honest, I was a bit agitada when those videos got, because it was 3 videos. It was 3 videos, and I was like, fuck, here she comes for my YouTube again. Right? So I was a little bit concerned. I didn't really know how to pick up on the series. I didn't want to run into more issues with YouTube. And then bam, we got the Twitch partnership. I was like, oh, perfect. I'll have a backup. And then bam, we got the Kick partnership. I was like, okay, now we're going to do it on 3. Yes, the no live. I was in the wedding Bautizo watching that live. It was a madrina with that was the best story. Hey, okay, let's go down memory lane. Where were you guys during that live? Oh, Torta will forever hate me because of that live. 2 things Torta will never recover from when it comes to me. The live I did with her sister and getting served on a live stream because of me. And replaying it. Also the green card files. I mean, you know what? Everything. There's a lot of things she'll never recover from. But now it's on all different platforms. Yep. There's no way to get it back. No, YouTube took it down, and at the time I wasn't dual streaming anywhere. I wasn't prepared. Okay, she got me. She got her little W. So then I had her do it again. But yeah, I just feel like the episodes I had her redo just don't hit the same because they weren't actually live. Just like the Candace series, when we got some of that shit live, part of the neat experience was that we were doing it live, like when we would call the jail live, when we got the reports on live, when I would live react to some of the things that we were reading together. And that one was also really special because we got to you guys got to see my reaction on the live stream. And mind you, I didn't know if we were going to get her on the live stream. I didn't know if we were, like, I wanted to. I gave instructions to the constable. I told her she's supposed to be here from this time to this time. But I didn't know if it was actually going to happen. And I sure as fuck wasn't counting on having the replay. What I was hoping for was having the constable's video that I'm still mad. And you know what? I should charge back that shit for that because I was salty. I was like, how are you going to tell me you don't, like, this is that was one of the top things I asked. I said, I need service. I need you to record the service. He answered all my questions, didn't say no about recording the service. And then once I was following up, okay, where's the video? Oh, we don't record our service. What? I wouldn't have hired you. I would have hired somebody else that does record service. So you win some, you lose some. But at least we had, I think the replay of her live was maybe even better, honestly. The first green card episode was so good. I had it playing on my projector that day. I was at the gym during a set. I literally stopped to watch it. I'm still trying to reach that same high of the green card files vibe. It's coming. Just be patient. Just be patient. I was at home cooking, thinking you were BSing until I heard the pigs knock at the door. Then I heard you say, "It's the popo ho," and then I had to look and snatch my phone and look. Yeah, I think the next climax in this series is going to be the police reports. There's going to be something there, and I think it's going to be. My calculations could be off. They've never been off so far, but I think part of what we'll find in those police reports will be the dynamics to their real relationship. Nikki mentioned a couple of times that he kicked her out of the house. I think she also mentioned a few times that, they used to get down and squabble up and shit. I think we might even find some DV in those records. I could be off if my calculations could be incorrect, but that's what I predict in those files. That was surprising, and only you knew it turned out perfect the way you did things. Yeah. She'll never recover. That life was crazy. The vibe and seeing it all happen while she was stuttering and lying, frantically texting her husband. And the fact she didn't know we were watching her. She didn't know we were watching her. She really she had no idea. We played her nasty, okay? That was a nasty play, I'll admit. I will admit we did her nasty with that one. Had no idea we were watching, had no idea we were gonna blast what actually happened, and she was over there still trying to lie to her people about it. Where? Yes.
Bluetooth mode.
I had logged out for a call, came back, and she was being served. The banner is super cute. I'm glad you like it. I took inspo from other big streamers. Well-deserved when you think back to 2022. It was well-deserved when I hear some of those new audios that we got from the group chat files where she was trying to find my address to have me served, because bitch, I don't know what the fuck you thought you were going to serve me with out here. But she tried it. And part of the reason why she hates me so bad is because she talked a lot of shit about what she was going to do. She never did it. Also, how many times has she threatened with suing somebody? Her sister, her, that she was going to call the cops, that her legal team, blah, 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 blah. Right? So when she got hit up, she looked silly. And we called a lot of her bluffs. No, not nasty. I use the term nasty when it's a good one. Just played the game better. Yep. And like I said, she's, at the end of the day, she's mad because we did it better. It took me a while to circle back. Queen Benham, thank you so much, bestie. It took a minute for me to circle back. And I think, honestly, the last she would have heard from me would have been 2023, honestly. When I blasted her, I got the receipts to go viral. She did get canceled. She lost 4,000 to 5,000 followers. That would have been the end. She would have never heard from me again. I left it back there. But she kept it going. She kept making her content about me, sneak dissing, blah, 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 blah. And I would sporadically see it. Until, Chio came over here. And I was like, well, this is interesting. And it was perfect timing because we were wrapping up the Candace series. We had covered everything. Nasty with a Poochie outfit. Yeah, when I say nasty, I mean it like that. It was perfect timing because we had just wrapped up. We were wrapping up the Candace series. So I was like, I think we've covered, everything we can cover. The Candace series was also not going to turn into a 24/7 content about her. Yes, my series ran 2 to 3 months, but we're not running a fucking marathon on her for 2 to 4 business years the way that Julia did. So at some point it had to come to an end. And that 911 call was the big finale. If you look back to the Candace series, that was her big finale. So Chio coming over when she did, and I don't know if she realized it. I don't know if it was strategic, but that was a perfect time to, let me direct my attention back over here. Let's do perfect timing. Throw her up on the whiteboard next. And she had her own whiteboard. Remember when she would do her little, in her 12-inch long whiteboard that she was throwing me up there too. Right? So she's just mad because we did it bigger and better and my series hit better. And when she said the other day, I'm not going to do no series, I'm not no psycho. Bitch, act like you haven't been running a marathon on us for the last 2 to 4 business years. You're just mad. Your series didn't hit the way that mine did. It's crazy for as masculine as she is and as tough as she acts. Funny to watch her lie and get so embarrassed that she couldn't log on after that for a month. Yep. And to date, hasn't acknowledged anything that had to do with it. She logged off because she was embarrassed. And she came back because she had to. Just as embarrassed. Anyway, oh, Native Rain, thank you so much for gifting memberships. Welcome to Linda, Cruising These YT Streets, Crazy Junior, Open Mommy. Shout out to Native Rain for bringing you guys into the community. Also, why didn't that make a noise? King regards. Just jumped on. Any update on the court situation? It was continued until September. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about the continuance? Do we all wish she was up on the stand immediately? Yes. But I also think there's strategy to the continuance. And the end, what's the end goal? To get Yesenia relief. And she's gagged. She's been gagged since she got served. Without a court order, mind you. So I think this is, you know, for those, I think there's a lot of people looking into this for entertainment. Sure. If I'm solely focused on the entertainment part, sure, let's get this over with. Let's see what's going to happen, right? But if the end goal is to actually help Yesenia and she's getting relief, you know, all these continuances, in the meantime, she's calm. In the meantime, Julia knows she's got to be on her shit. In the meantime, it's quiet and peaceful, right? So I get it. Was I hoping? Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. Like, let's get this shit over with. I want to see what the judge says. But again, it's not just for entertainment. It's somebody's real life. And at the end of the day, we're not the ones that have to get on the stand. Yesenia is. And that's probably, you know, stressful. I can't imagine how stressful it is for Yesenia. You know, I'm sure she wants to get it over with too. But these processes, especially when there's attorneys involved, there's strategies, there's a bunch of, there's risks, all that. All in due time. B, thank you so much for the gifts. Bestie, thank you so much for the gifts. I can't with because of Annie. I can't go on my vacation. That was diabolical, actually. I'm still wounded about that because what do I have to do with your finances? I wonder if she will snap if she has to stay quiet. No. Did you guys know that protective orders also come up when you're crossing the border? So one of the reasons she's likely challenging this, if she's crossing the border, Yoli, thank you so much. If she's crossing the border with Jacoby and they run her shit and she has a PO, it might be a reason to pull them into secondary. So that protective order, although it's civil, it does have consequences and ramifications for Julia long term. So yeah, she should be hiring multiple attorneys to get her off. because it's a big deal to have a PO against you. Mind you, these types of POs are lifetime POs for her entire, if in the best case scenario, if Yesenia wins, she would have a lifetime order against Julia. Like, that would be huge. Obviously, that's a best case scenario, and I always like to plan for worst case scenario, but you know, one can envision and put things into fruition, I guess. If I ever need representation or help putting a case together, I know who to hit up. Honestly, your content is great advertisement. Thank you. I've actually had a few people tag me on some shit across social media with other people going through similar things. I'm not an attorney though, but I'm resourceful. Mr. DRGZ4, thank you so much for the gift. Stay hydrated. How dare you block her vacation? That bitch don't need a vacation. She needs to go to the gym, okay? We need a vacation from her. She needs a vacation from social media. Honestly, it was nice when she was MIA. If she would just keep that MIA, you know, problem fixed. Oh, Jose Said responded.
I guess we can.
Are you guys following the Jose Said stuff? Can we watch it together?
Relación sentimental con su actual pareja desde ese entonces. También vengo
Wait. Sorry, I'm keeping up with this. I'm invested. We need to watch this. Hopefully you guys are too. If you don't know what's going on, just follow along. Okay? Let's blind watch this together. Okay, Jose Said is the baby dad to Mariana Gonzague, which is a super viral case here in Mexico, where they're currently fighting over custody of this baby, and the baby mom stabbed his ex-girlfriend and she almost died. She was a juvenile, so she did some time in juvie, 4 months, and then they let her go because she's a juvenile. It was super viral, and now there's a super viral case about the baby. Hopefully, I don't have time to explain it all because I just want to see what he says, okay?
Lo que dije, vengo a enseñar pruebas otra vez. Yo sabía que al momento de publicar mi video iba a tener una contrarrespuesta por parte de Marianne. Lo que me sorprende es su manera de manipular las cosas. Ella ha manipulado a tanta gente durante tantos años que para ella es lo más fácil hacerlo con gente en redes sociales, mintiendo sobre las pruebas, diciendo que mis videos son falsos, cuando en realidad de quien son falsos los videos y de quien son falsas las pruebas son de Marianne, ya que desde hace más de casi un año yo tengo la guardia y custodia de Emma. En este video no vengo a aclarar todo lo que Marianne ha hablado sobre mí porque tardaría mucho. Aparte de eso, creo que lo único que provocaría es que se desvíe el tema importante que es Emma, saber dónde está y localizarla lo antes posible. Yo no estoy buscando ganar ninguna discusión. Yo lo que estoy buscando es recuperar a mi hija y únicamente eso. No estoy buscando ni generar odio ni generar polémica. Lo que Marianne está tratando de hacer con su video es hacer un juicio social. Creo que si todas esas pruebas que está compartiendo Marianne fueran reales, como que yo soy un drogadicto, que yo estoy relacionado con armas, que yo soy una persona violenta, creo que quien tendría la guardia de custodia sería Marianne y no yo. Quien tendría una orden de aprehensión sería yo. En cambio, quien la tiene es Marianne. Marianne podrá decir muchas cosas, pero al final del día les vendré a presentar más pruebas en este video. Ustedes sabrán si las creen, si no las creen. Marianne tiene una habilidad de manipulación al público increíble, eso se lo tengo que admitir. Pero al final del día, el juez y las autoridades me han dado toda la razón, algo que no se lo han dado a ella nunca. Marianne en su último video lo que ha tratado de hacer es generar empatía compartiendo su supuesta relación con Emma. Hemos visto muchos ejemplos como el de Yaney Esmeralda, quien compartía su relación con su hijo, que igual parecía ser una relación de amor, de cariño. Al final del día acabó quitándole la vida tristemente. Creo que es obvio que Marianne nunca va a compartir algo malo, ella siempre va a tratar de tener su imagen perfecta, pero fuera de cámara quiero que se pongan a pensar una persona como Marianne, cómo podría tratar a Emma. Un tema que a mí me preocupa mucho es la forma en la que Marianne está normalizando la violencia para Emma, tanto física como mental como digitalmente. Marianne es una persona que a lo largo de toda su vida ha estado involucrado en innumerable cantidad de polémicas, de peleas, de violencia, de delitos sexuales, de intentos de homicidio. Entonces, para mí que mi hija crezca con una persona así, que tiene tan normalizada la violencia como lo tiene su madre, es un riesgo inminente. En el video donde ella sale a desacreditarme, ella dice que se partía la madre. No admite que ella dice que le partió la madre a Emma. En cambio, dice que su mamá estaba ahí, que cómo su mamá hubiera permitido eso. Su mamá es la primera que nunca le ha puesto límites, la primera que normaliza la violencia. Seguramente ahorita estarán viendo todos los videos, todas las pruebas de cómo la relación de Marianne con su madre siempre ha sido extremadamente violenta.
Mal. Oh, que quieren subir mi pack a mis historias, mamá. Sí, a ver si no voy subiendo su chingada más. Prepárate para la demanda. Si supieras quiénes son mis papás, güey, te metes en unos putos pedos. Nada más dijo. Imbécil. Y güey, si lo subes, pues mi cuerpo está hermoso, entonces... Y aparte súbelo. Le doy permiso. Aparte me da permiso. Súbelo a tu historia. Estarás muy jodida, serás una persona muy jodida. Exacto.
Por eso mismo su madre ni siquiera reacciona, para ella es algo normal. Lo que pasó es que Marianne le estaba pegando a Emma, la estaba maltratando, la estaba ahorcando. Mucha gente me ha estado cuestionando el por qué tardé tanto en hablar. En el video pasado traté de explicarlo muy superficialmente, pero si quieren saber más a profundidad, yo no podía hablar porque estoy en muchos temas legales los cuales me prohíben hablar, porque no quería exponer a mi hija, no quería que Emma viviera todo esto en un futuro, y porque al final del día Marianne es una mujer y es la madre de mi hija. Para mí ponerme a pelear con una mujer es algo que no está en mis valores. Uno de los argumentos que Marianne usa en mi contra es que yo no quería tener a Emma, lo cual tengo que decir que es cierto. Creo que ningún niño de 17 años, porque sí era un niño, así como a ella la juzgan como una adolescente, yo también era un adolescente. Nadie a sus 17 años pienso yo que tiene en sus planes tener una hija, más aún cuando no sabes si tendrás el apoyo de tus padres, lo cual tengo que decir que siempre lo tuve, pero es una situación muy compleja como para que me juzguen sin saberlo. Pero en el momento que Emma nació, se convirtió en lo que más he amado en el mundo. Si bien a los 17 años para mí era muy difícil asimilar que iba a ser un padre muy joven, eso no quita que ahora que Emma llegó al mundo, fue lo que más feliz me hizo, lo que más amor me ha generado, es mi motor, es todo lo que amo en este mundo. Aparte de eso, para mí tener un hijo con Marianne implicaba un riesgo gigantesco como el que está pasando ahorita, que sustrajera a mi hija, que no me dejara verla, que me prohibiera la convivencia, que me manipulara con ella, que la usara como moneda de cambio, maltratara a mi hija. Por eso también yo no quería tener una hija con Marianne, porque es el tipo de persona que es. Marianne en redes sociales siempre intentó mantener la imagen de la familia perfecta, incluso en su primera entrevista ella lo admitió de su propia voz.
Yo quería como la imagen de la familia perfecta, de los novios perfectos, y pues me daba mucha pena que la gente pensara como eso, ¿no?
Por eso mismo creo que ella trataba de mantener una relación conmigo públicamente cuando ya no estaba con ella. Por eso tardó tanto en admitir que ella había cortado conmigo. Yo acepto que estuve mal al tratar a Marianne como mi pareja cuando no lo era, pero creo que tienen que entender un poco más de la situación. Cuando yo trataba a Marianne como una persona normal, como una amiga, reaccionaba muy violentamente, como lo podrán ver en estos screenshots. Ella se enojaba, no me dejaba ver a Emma, se ponía en un plan pues muy manipulador, vaya. Por eso mismo creo que una de mis reacciones fue tratarla como si fuera mi novia, aun cuando no lo era. Ella dice que yo salí con otra niña, y es verdad, pero ella también salió con otro niño, con su actual pareja. Tengo todas las pruebas, tengo todos los mensajes de su propia mano, Marianne me los enseñó.
Güey, obviamente sabes que me lo vi, obvio sabes eso. Fecha, güey, yo empecé en noviembre, tú empezaste 4 días después de estar conmigo.
Y Marianne está manipulando las cosas muy a su favor. Yo tengo 1000 pruebas que puedo subir, pero creo que sería un dimes y diretes que nunca acabará. Les hago una pregunta. Si Marianne y yo estábamos juntos, como ella dice, y en las fechas que ella dice, aquí estarán viendo pruebas de cómo ella me puso el cuerno entonces, porque ella mantenía una relación sentimental con su actual pareja desde ese entonces. También vengo a pedir ayuda a las autoridades y a la audiencia que me ayuden a localizar a Emma nuevamente. Yo tengo la guardia y custodia desde hace más de un año. Aquí les estaré dejando las pruebas como hace más de un año yo tengo la guardia y custodia de Emma. No solo porque un juez decidió eso, sino porque juezas, ministras y muchas personas involucradas en todo esto decidieron que lo mejor para Emma es que estuviera conmigo. Yo siempre he buscado lo mejor para mi hija, y el futuro que le esperaría estando con Marianne, ¿cuál es? Estarla visitando en las cárceles, estarla yendo a ver todos los domingos a la cárcel, porque es el futuro que le espera a Marianne. Marianne actualmente está en una libertad asistida, la cual ha incumplido innumerable cantidad de veces, la cual específicamente dice que no puede cometer otro delito, que no puede mencionar a ciertas personas, lo cual lo acaba de hacer y ha cometido el delito de sustracción de menores, desacato a una orden judicial, desacato a un juez muchísimas veces. Ha estado involucrada en más delitos penales. A Marianne se le van a sumar todo lo que ha hecho, por lo cual lo que le espera a Marianne es la cárcel. Marianne se ha tratado de justificar de todas las pruebas que yo les he enseñado, pero creo que solamente hay que tener tantito cerebro para darse cuenta cómo no tiene congruencia lo que dice, cómo no tiene sentido, cómo ella primero dice que siempre está al cuidado de Emma, que ella siempre se ha hecho responsable y que ella es la única que se hace responsable, que por eso mismo se la ha llevado a inauguraciones de restaurantes que en realidad es un bar. Pero lo que no me hace sentido es, si ella dice que no le gusta dejarla encargada, que nunca lo haría, ¿por qué cuando han ido a su casa múltiples veces la policía nunca la encuentran con Emma? Siempre está Marianne separada de Emma.
Señorita Marianne, indíqueme por favor dónde se encuentra su menor hija.
No sé.
¿Es el mandato judicial?
No sé.
¿De una autoridad?
No sé,
¿De carácter familiar?
Quiero que se pongan a pensar cómo serían las cosas si fuera al revés. Si yo hubiera sido quien le dio 16 puñaladas a una mujer, si yo hubiera tratado de apuñalar a mi pareja, si yo fuera quien maltratara a mi hija, si yo hubiera secuestrado a mi hija, si yo llevara más de 250 días sin dejar que la madre de mi hija la viera, ¿qué pensarían ustedes? ¿Qué pensaría la ley de que un hombre estuviera haciendo eso y no una mujer? Creo que lo que menos importa actualmente es si Marianne y yo estábamos juntos, lo cual, se los vuelvo a repetir, no estábamos juntos. Si bien mi error fue tratarla como si la quisiera, con amor, tratar de que no sufriera tanto, fue mi error y lo admito totalmente, pero yo no estaba con Marianne y se lo dejé muy en claro en muchísimas ocasiones, incluso en las llamadas que ella subió. Yo le digo, yo no quiero estar contigo. En la llamada que yo subí, ella admite que ya habíamos cortado, que podía hacer lo que quiera. Yo incluso salí con otra niña, pero ella va a seguir manipulando las cosas porque es el único argumento que tiene. El único argumento de Marianne es que supuestamente yo estaba con ella cuando no es así, pero eso creo que ni siquiera es relevante. Lo relevante es el bienestar de Emma. Lo relevante es que Emma regrese conmigo, que cumpla la orden del juez y que pueda tener una vida de una niña de 2 años normal, fuera de cámaras, fuera de polémicas, fuera de estar involucrándola en tantas cosas como lo hace Marianne, tratando de dar empatía con una niña la cual no tiene la culpa de nada. Emma no se va a poner de ningún lado. Emma no va a decir, ay, mi mamá me pega. Emma es una niña feliz, increíblemente feliz, es una niña increíble. Si la conocieran, se dieran cuenta que siempre está feliz, siempre está sonriente, y Marianne lo único que hace es aprovecharse de eso. Yo espero que Marianne entienda que esto no lo decido yo. Un juez decidió que Emma debía estar conmigo, debía dormir en mi casa, debía estar bajo mi cuidado. Marianne tiene que entender que lo mejor para Emma es que esté conmigo, que ella tiene que tomar sus tratamientos, tiene que cambiar muchas cosas, tiene que pagar por sus crímenes y después podrá ver por su hija.
Okay. Not much new tea. Sorry, I'm super invested into that case. Crazy, crazy. And it's crazy seeing it unfold in real time. And it's definitely like been brought to it's like a trial of public opinion. It's crazy. The mom is super young, right? Which I try to give her some grace, but she's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. I think he's also questionable, but if I had to make if I had to just making an opinion out of the content that they both put out, I would say that the baby's probably not in good care and like she's not doing things the right way. He sounds like he had, yeah, like she's trying to get him canceled because, you know, he wanted an abortion, he cheated on her. He was a douche too. But the baby's here. Las cosas ya pasaron. He has custody and she is 100% just hiding this poor baby, dodging and skirting and like trying to cheat the system because I believe that her ego is the reason why she hasn't given the baby back, because she was trying to do the right thing. She would give the baby and fight for the baby in court. But this thing that she's done of hiding the baby and trying to avoid court orders is 100% very damning. And I question her as a mother. And again, she's very young. But the right thing to do would be to give the baby back to the dad, as much as it hurts, your ego, whatever, and go to court. Go to court. But they can't even get to the part to decide custody because they can't get the temporary orders established, which is the baby's supposed to be with the dad. And that's just the way that it is, you know? So it doesn't help that the dad is being represented by his dad. So his dad is an attorney that's been taking the case. And I'm sure that's helped him tremendously because he saved on attorney's fees because the paternal grandpa is the attorney on the case. Yeah. So I'm sure she hates that. The case is it's fascinating to me. It's fascinating. I've been down that rabbit hole since she stabbed Valentina. Yeah. It's crazy seeing the amount of people justifying that she stabbed his new girlfriend because he cheated on her, or she thinks he cheated on her, or she feels like he cheated on her. Crazy. If that girl would have died, the outcome would have been different. But because she survived, the victim of the stabbing has been the one that's gotten the hate because the baby mom has spent the last year making these videos about how she was a homewrecker. She was a homewrecker and it was justified. And people have justified her, even if she was. Like, okay, so like blast him on social media, talk your shit, slash your tires, bitch, but you don't stab the other bitch. You just don't. That's not normal. It's not normal. It's not acceptable. You should be in prison and you're only not because you got lucky that you were 17 when you stabbed her. It's crazy. The case is so crazy. So now it went from that. I'm sure at some point they're going to make a fucking Netflix series off her story. And she's like, unfortunately, because she's young and pretty and she has that pretty privilege, she will forever be monetizing off of the crime that she committed, both against that girl and now the crime she's committing against her own baby. She will be placed on a pedestal. She'll probably she has 1 million followers. Yeah, she'll probably get like Netflix deals out of this at some point in time if this doesn't end horribly wrong. And I hope it doesn't. But she gives me the vibe that she would harm the baby before she gives it back to the dad. She already is. She 100% gives me the vibes that before she gives up the baby, she would harm it to not have to give it back. And I know that's very dark and I hope it never happens, but she seems that kind of crazy. Boundaries, bitches. You can be crazy, but not psycho. Yes. We don't co-sign hurting other women over men. No. Why'd you stab the dude? Okay. I think a lot of us would get behind it, maybe, possibly entertain it if you went after the dude. Why'd you stab the girl? The girl didn't owe you shit. Right? But again, she's 17. She's very immature. She's very impulsive. And then most of her fan base, I think, are younger girls just like her. But it's so alarming. The whole thing is triggering. Like, I'd be biting my nails watching that shit. Okay. Is he still with the girl who got stabbed? I think they recently broke up. And now they're trolling her as well because they didn't last. I feel really bad for that girl. She's not very likable is a problem. And I understand why people don't like her. She's not a likable creator. I don't like the way she talks. She's not likable. But that doesn't have anything to do with justifying what people did, what was done to her. She's still very much a victim. But because she's unlikable, they continue to re-victimize her through social media. And I think that's very sad and wrong. Like, I follow her just to give her my support. Like, you know, I'm a girl's girl. I'm against violence against women, but I can't stand her content. Sorry. And I wish she was more likable. Part of the imbalance here is that the baby mom is very charismatic. She's likable. She's cute. She does good content. She drops aesthetic vlogs. She's a mommy vlogger. She's a great manipulator. And the baby dad said it. I got to give her props. She's great at manipulating. She's a master manipulator, and the other girl, not so much. So the public is predominantly in support of the baby mom that stabbed the other girl. The public is predominantly in support of the baby mom that's hiding the baby from authorities. Mind you, the baby's 2, right? They're keeping her locked up, God knows where. She's not interacting. She's not having like a social development of a 2-year-old. Like, she's not going to daycare. She doesn't have access to the other side of the family. There's a lot of things wrong with what they're doing to that baby, but people are justifying it because, oh, well, she's the mom. Babies have to be with their mom. No, not always. Not always. She has recently shown the baby for signs of life to try to do a video to say, like, see, I don't beat her up. If I beat her up, do you think she would be hugging me type shit? Yeah, it's a fucking circus, y'all. I promise you it's a circus. I will never excuse her action, but I feel she had mental issues and maybe postpartum as well. And that caused her to get to that point. And then the breakup, if she had trust issues. I can empathize that she had postpartum, but that does not justify what she did. I can empathize that she had postpartum. I think she also mentioned her dad died a couple years before she, at some point. So she had a lot of aggravating factors, but we all do, bitch. I had postpartum. I slashed the baby mom's tire, okay? Nobody writes me off for being postpartum when I caught all those felonies. I was postpartum too. I think she's gotten way too much grace under the postpartum mental health. There's just no way. That's not okay. That's not normal. It doesn't matter if she had postpartum or not. As a society, people should be completely denouncing her actions, mentally ill or not. We've all been postpartum. We've all been cheated on. Are we all stabbing the baby mom or the new girlfriend? No. That's not normal. And it's been concerning seeing the amount of people that have given her so much grace. It's the same shit with Taylor Frankie Paul. Okay? Pretty privilege and woman privilege. Like, it's a thing. Think of if Mariana was not a white passing Mexican, okay? If Mariana was not from she comes from a wealthy family, she has the image. If she didn't look like that, do you think society would be as forgiving? If Taylor Frankie Paul, Taylor Frankie Paul gets the same shit, like, oh, she had postpartum, oh, this and this. Why are we justifying with postpartum and this and that? We wouldn't give the same grace to, we wouldn't give the same grace to Latinas. If Taylor Frankie Paul was a Latina, you think she would be getting the grace that Taylor Frankie Paul is getting on the basis of mental health and postpartum? No, I'm a Latina that had a mental breakdown during postpartum. I did some crazy shit. Nobody wrote me off, ever. Okay, and I didn't violently hurt anybody. I stole some money and caught some cases, slashed some tires, bitch. Society was hard on me. Still hard on me a decade later. Okay? But women like Taylor Frankie Paul will get passes because, oh, she was postpartum. She was going through some shit. Okay, we all are. We all are. What if she ends up hurting the baby? I think that's what the dad is expressing concern about. That he's seen her be violent towards the baby. He's concerned for the baby's well-being, as he should be, because again, she's hiding the baby. She's hiding the baby. Why are you hiding the baby? It's not healthy. What's going on is not healthy for the baby. Yes. Yeah. And she was, yes. When she stabbed the girl, she recorded. There's footage of the aftermath or whatever. It's crazy. The case is crazy. Go look it up. Mariana Gonzaga and Valentina Gilbert. Anyway, all right, besties, we're gonna wrap up tonight. Good pop-up session. We're scheduled for 5 tomorrow. Did he also mention that baby's grandma probably beats the baby? No, he said that the mom is part of the problem, which I agree, because she raised a teenager that thought it was okay to stab another girl. Right? So she said that the mom has co-signed all her fuckery. The mom is part of the problem. The mom doesn't hold her accountable. He showed some videos that the mom was like egging on some of this behavior, and that the mom has been complacent to the baby mama being violent towards the baby. That's what he said in his most recent video, which again, I believe it based on what I've seen. The light skin matters in all societies. White ingrained racism exists everywhere. Yep, facts. Okay, besties. This is a good pausing, a good bookmark, okay? We did a 3-hour sesh. We are scheduled to go live tomorrow at 5. It is a schedule. Today was more of a pop-up. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a multi-stream in all 3 spaces. Before we close, again, I'm going to plug in the Discord for those of you that want to join so that you can keep up on all the alerts and you don't fall behind. Any last minute questions, thoughts? Thank you for joining me in my new space. I was super excited to launch our new space. Good night, besties. See you tomorrow. And hopefully by tomorrow we have my seed out, okay? I'm going to go hunt it down early tomorrow. Good night, Tina. Love the Discord. Me too. All right, besties. It's been a pleasure. V, thank you so much for the last minute gifts. The chair is delayed. It told me what warehouse it's at, so I'm gonna go tomorrow and just pick it up. And yes, hey, thank you so much for following me on Kick. And I will, oh shit, I have, really quick, let's prep some cups to ship. I'm gonna ship tomorrow. Let me, before we close, okay? So I don't have to do this by my lonesome. Oh, I'm gonna be shipping out, fuck. Oh, this means I'm gonna have to do shipping a second day in a row because I didn't do my Patreon giveaway. I might have to reschedule the Patreon giveaway till next time we do a Patreon. And con decirte que I'm not doing a Patreon this Monday because I'm gonna be in a little trippy trip. Sorry. Sorry, Brenda. Ya me iba a costar. Pero bueno, me quedo. Just a little longer. Acompáñenme while I get these cups ready. I'm not gonna be mad, I know. Queen Venom, thank you so much. She just dropped in the comment section how to subscribe to Twitch for free through your Amazon Prime account. All right, we got this too. And then what was the $2.99? I'm taking back my last minute GIF. Can we talk about the Valeria Marquez case? I don't really like to. That case is, I don't like talking about cases where people have died. I don't like making content out of them. I think they're touchy subjects, especially for a case like hers that's still open, unresolved. It also involves possible OC. So that's why I don't really touch on that case, but I think it's a very, very heartbreaking case, and I hope she rests in peace. And I wish, well, I don't think she's gonna rest in peace when there's no justice, but I don't know what to say. Like, I just wish people would let her rest in peace, but I also feel like it's good that people keep her case alive because it needs, but honestly, I don't think I don't think that case will ever be solved. And I don't think she'll ever receive justice. I think that's really sad. These bags are actually, they're wine bags. They're wine packaging bags, but I use them for my cups. All right, y'all. Cups all ready to go. All right, that's all I got tonight, besties. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you on the flip side.